So recently there's been a video floating around the TF2 sphere by the creator Grouch, which is meant to be a fixing of all of TF2's bad weapons. If you haven't seen it, this video has become quite infamous for some of the rebalance ideas that it suggests, being pretty off-the-wall bonkers, to say the least. However, at the time of recording this, neither myself nor anyone that was initially intended to be in the call had actually seen the video, so we wanted to do a live react. To help me do this, I got FishStickOnAStick, my fellow weapon enthusiast in the Chuckle Nuts, to help me dissect the ideas that were being presented. We didn't really know what we were getting ourselves into, so we thought this would be a more serious thing when we started, but as more people joined the call, and as the ideas became goofier and goofier, this did end up devolving into something a little bit sillier. Still a lot of fun, but just not what it was in the beginning. What I will know, I will give a disclaimer that I think is important, and not just because of like the moral implications, but also because I think there are some things that are worth getting out there, is that this is not meant to be against the person who made the video at all. Our general reactions and mannerisms and stuff are 100% about the video we're watching and not the person who made it. I don't know Grouch very well, but a few people in the call do, and they say he's pretty cool. And I also think it's important to disconnect the video from the person who made it. I know that can be hard to do, but it's important if you want to give good feedback. But not only is he a pretty cool guy, because again, in the context of making a video, who really cares, I will note that since watching this video, I've actually gone back and watched a lot of his other videos, and I can say pretty confidently that the rebalancing weapons video is a big standout amongst his catalog. Every other one of his videos is very well thought out and presented, and you can even see the people that know Grouch that joined the call later on just were blown away by the fact that such a renowned creator would make something like this. So if you're a fan of analytical videos regarding TF2 that are frankly a lot more well thought out than this one, I would encourage you to check out his back catalog. That being said, this video was still an anomaly, and although I don't think it should reflect on Grouch as a creator, it is very much a standout, it was very fun to break down and make fun of nonetheless. Okay, so you have never seen this video, right? This is about fixing TF2's terrible weapons, and the like-to-dislike ratio is really bad, and everyone in the comments are complaining. And they're complaining specifically about sniper changes, so I'm curious to see, like...
That's my wheelhouse, baby.
Yeah, let's see how bad this really is. Maybe people are overreacting. Although, in all of the weapon review videos that you've made, do you ever get people just relentlessly complaining?
Not really. Not. It depends on the situation. Sometimes it'll be like, oh, if I'm complaining about the scorch shot, then the pyro players will be like, you're just coping. And the kunaites, the spy mains are just like, you're just coping.
Well,
but, like,
okay, so like, if you ever suggest a
really.
rebalance for a weapon, do you ever have people say, like, when they criticize it, do they say like, dude, this is the worst change I've ever seen, or do they actually give feedback?
Honestly, it's mostly people giving their own feedback. Like, they give their own suggestions.
Yeah,
it's
that's what I get too.
Going, like, yeah.
And this video does not have those sorts of comments. These are people saying, get bro out of the kitchen skull emoji. It's all Zoomers complaining.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so I'm curious to see what this will be.
30 of Team Fortress 2's most broken weapons and set them up on my public server for you to play with.
Why is the Iron Bomber there?
By apologizing in advance to any
wait,
Natasha,
are those the
Vaccinator,
weapons? I hope
kunai
not.
fans out there.
Hold up. Let's go back a little.
Yeah, I hope those aren't the weapons, because I see a couple like pretty decent ones in there.
Set them up on my public server for you to play with.
Okay, so we could.
But
oh, we're both pausing and I'm pausing. Yeah, the Jag. Like, what's wrong with the Jag and the Iron Bomber?
The Hitman's Heatmaker is basically just the sniper rifle, but like it's fine.
I'm curious to see, because the default sniper rifle's on here, so I'm guessing he's doing like universal class changes for sniper. So maybe that's justified.
Then where's the classic?
Maybe he just couldn't fit it on the graphic. I don't know.
But he made sure to put the Iron Bomber on there.
I see a couple really bad weapons and a couple alright ones, so this is gonna be
and like a couple of overpowered weapons. You got your Vaccinator especially.
So I'm guessing this is run of the mill, but I can't wait to see why people hate this video, honestly.
I have to start by apologizing in advance to any Natasha, Vaccinator, or kunai fans out there.
If you're a fan of either of those,
hate this video. Now, some people might
maybe
think
that's
that
it. Maybe it's just like
and doesn't really need fixing, and
maybe.
Who am I? You see, most weapons in TF2 are extremely well balanced. There are, however, still a handful of useless weapons that nobody uses and need to be.
Wait, useless weapons? Like the Enforcer? The Enforcer's fine. What do you mean useless?
Yeah, the enforcer's like I want to say like C tier, like it's just a slightly
Yeah.
worse stock revolver.
Same with the candy cane. Like, it's not great, but it's not useless by any
Yeah,
means.
I would put candy cane like C tier too. It's like it's fine. Chocolate bar I would put like decently high up there, but that's
Chocolate
mostly
bar's not
because of
bad.
how it pairs with the Gru and just like
Yeah, I
completely
don't think it's
invalid.
intentionally good, but it does work. Like, based on what we
Even
have in the
then,
game,
like
it is functional.
how many the amount of times that I have survived a fight as heavy with 50 health because I ate the chocolate bar is like it's honestly kind of staggering.
Yeah, and I'll trust you because I don't play heavy because he's boring. So
Oh right, I forgot you fucking hate heavy.
I don't see the appeal. I'm sorry. If you look at my playtime, it's like most classes are like 300 plus hours, and heavy's at like 80. It's rough.
The heater is also
as well as a few
another
legitimately
interesting
overpowered
choice there
weapons that
for
desperately
useless.
need a good nerf.
Overpower, yeah, okay, those are fine. Those are the stereotypical ones, I guess.
I'm surprised the squirt shot isn't highlighted there.
We'll see what he said. I'm curious to see. Maybe he likes the squirt shot.
He
Maybe he's
thinks
gonna
it's
buff
horrible.
it. Maybe he thinks it's horrible and he's gonna buff it, and that's why everyone hates him.
It only does mini crits. It does like no damage whatsoever. That's why all the flog pyros use charge the flog for free.
Oh my god, that would be so funny. Yeah, the scorch shot doesn't do enough damage. We should make
really
it insta kill.
And there's also a couple of oddball, annoying weapons that aren't even technically good, but just suck to play against and need to be completely.
Okay, whoa, I wouldn't say the scorch shot isn't technically good. Like, it's one of the best pyro
really
secondaries.
Good.
I don't think it's overpowered. I'm in the camp where it's like not really overpowered because it does basically the same thing as like the flare and the detonator. It's just kind of easier to use. But
I think it's overpowered because the stun is utter cancer.
The stun. Okay, listen. Pyro doesn't have much, man. Don't take the stun away from me. This is how I do my extinguisher combos.
Listen, if you want to stun people, you use air blast like everybody else.
Well, the air blast sends away, and the stun sends nowhere. That's why it's good for extinguisher.
That's why you gotta air blast them and like the feet, and that'll send them straight up in the air.
Yeah, that's like, I don't know.
That takes too much effort. I'm a pyro
Yeah,
main.
I just want to use the scorch shot. I want free kills. Don't take this away from me.
Rethought. For example, the Natasha is not even a very good weapon, but people still use it for the sheer psychological damage it deals when you have to fight against this thing. It slows down anybody you hit with it, which is
that
really
demo could not
frustrating
even
to play
move.
against.
Yeah,
so I
this
changed
is
it so that instead of slowing down
by
your
far the
enemies,
most bullshit weapon in the game.
You up. Heavy's walk speed while revved up with the Natasha is now the same as his normal walk speed. However, he still can't jump or switch weapons quickly, so there is still some incentive to not be revved up all the time.
You don't slow people down with the Natasha, and instead you get sped up is something I've seen like loads of times with the Natasha.
That is like the cookie cutter change, and I was so upset because I thought I was really creative for coming up with that, but no, I guess that's just the normal one.
I think High GPS on his rebalance server came up with that like ages ago. Also, he just finished off the Chuckle Nuts.
He just finished? Oh my god, he did. All of us died to the minigun.
We're fucking dunzo.
Oh no, sorry. We didn't even die to the minigun. We got hit by the Natasha once and couldn't move and decided killing ourselves was the best option.
That's what happens every time I get hit by a stun effect.
I feel this. Okay, here's my opinion. The Natasha is easily in the top 5 bullshit weapons in the entire game.
Oh, absolutely. I think it's like just one of the stupidest designed weapons.
I can't fathom what they were thinking. It's so bad. I can't.
A lot of people just don't particularly like playing heavy, and then the Natasha is just this weapon that's like, I'm going to bring you down to my level of not having any fun. Are you enjoying this?
I'm not having fun, but now you aren't either. The net fun is even between us.
It's so bad.
Yeah, I mean, again, for this change though, it's like the cookie cutter change. It's like, yeah, I came up with something similar. I think it would work. Honestly, that's probably the best way to rebalance it, but it's just not. I don't know. It's not exciting.
It really isn't.
And Heavy's the slowest class in the game, so he's not going to be chasing you down with this thing, don't worry. But he will be a monster with good positioning. And good positioning is what Heavy is all about. Buffed. Continuing with the Heavy.
Okay, so
it's more of a lateral move.
I was going to say, yeah, with this, the issue with this design is still that it does like 25% less damage and 20% slower firing speed. The DPS is still pitiful, even if you do use those. So
yeah, this would be very situational for like those some of those situations where it's just like, oh, the Heavy shooting at you, but you run around a corner, and so he can't just do anything about that anymore.
And also, yeah, the Tomislav has similar damage to the stock minigun, like it has a firing speed penalty, but you get really good move speed by proxy of it just revving up really fast. So
not to mention you also get the higher accuracy, so more of your bullets hit, even if they're firing slower.
So I would like it more for this change if he took off one of the downsides, like maybe just left the damage or firing speed. I think that would make it better.
Yeah, I would think like just damage, because that seems like the most. Almost make it like a Liberty Launcher minigun.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's move on from this one though, because I'm getting the feeling this is not what people are mad about.
We've got the
this
beast,
is very
which
normal.
I think is pretty underrated. Yeah, it sucks being super slow to rev up and move, but that extra 20% damage is really nothing to sneeze at. This weapon is great when you're already revved up, but since it takes so long to rev up, it makes repositioning pretty dangerous. If you need some ammo or a health pack, you better have a shotgun handy because the brass beast is just too slow to protect you while you're walking from point A to point B. To help with this, I simply doubled the minigun's ammo capacity. The weapon that makes it hard.
Wait, so how does that fix the issue of it being slow though? Because like, I feel like half the time you're using the brass beast, you're doing so in a position where you're already near like a health pack or a dispenser or something. That doesn't really solve the problem that he just mentioned at all.
Yeah, this seems like a pretty nothing buff. Like, this is something we've struggled with on the my own rebalance server for a while now, is that just like the brass beast is kind of like borderline in terms of being like kind of garbage, but then also just like give it any kind of buff and it becomes way too strong. So it's like I don't think he knows that though.
This kind of has the opposite effect. I think it was what he was intending, because this is like, okay, what he fuck, let me restart. This has the opposite effect, I think, to what he was intending, because the problem he pointed out is you basically have to camp with the brass beast because moving is so slow. So now we gave it more ammo so you can camp more effectively. Like, I don't know if that's what he wants out of this.
Really, I think the thing is, if you're moving around a lot as a heavy, then you're going to be picking up loads of ammo anyway, so it just doesn't matter at all. So this just... It only works if you're in a position where you are camping in an area that doesn't have some kind of ammo pack or dispenser or something like that. Again, that's super situational.
Yeah, like when are you gonna be in that situation? Really, if I'm using the brass beast, it's probably because we already have a dispenser set up.
Yeah, like you want to use it in a defensive hold.
Yeah, it's like it's because we're defending last, and I don't have time to set up a sentry, but our teammate already has one. That's like,
and even then, if you're on offense, especially like payload, you're gonna have the payload cart just feeding you ammo.
Yeah. The ammo change is like not. I don't think this would affect anything actually.
Yeah, this is a nothing change.
Safely now gives you some extra time before you need to reposition.
What if you lose health though?
And for the final minigun change, the Huo Long
Oh well, sucks to suck.
I personally love the concept of this weapon, but let's face it, it's flat out useless. The rings of fire are a great gimmick, but losing 4 ammo a second to produce them is a mighty price to pay, and it doesn't end up being worth it 95% of the time.
I would hardly call the heater useless, by the way. Like, it is basically just the minigun, except like slightly worse.
Yeah, no,
like, it's really not that bad.
I would agree. It's like I wouldn't even say it's a direct downgrade. It's just really situational, but it's not that much worse.
It really isn't. It's like what, like a 10%.
Also, hold on. I just realized you joked earlier about him killing Chucklenuts. He's playing on a bot server. Look at the names on the kill feed.
Yeah, I noticed that. I think that's just so he can like test out his balance changes.
Oh, are these changes? Like... No, he did implement these changes. Yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah, because he had the heavy with the 400 bullets and the moving around.
This guy has 17.4k. Okay, I guess I won't get mad about that because he probably just doesn't have the reach to like populate a server. So that's whatever.
Yeah, which is totally understand. I mean, hell,
that makes sense.
Filling up my servers.
But if he had like 100k, I totally would have laughed at him for playing against bots.
Hey.
No,
it's hard.
Not you. Not you, SpongeBob. Looks good on you.
It only does 12.5% more damage to burning players, and they're usually only burning if they're already up in your face, which means that any minigun would really tear them apart anyways. At mid-range, the damage bonus is nice, but it's not worth coordinating with your team's pyro just for that 12.5% more damage. I think this weapon should really encourage the heavy to link up with a friendly pyro for a crazy two-man team, but in its current state, it just doesn't do that. It's too normal. It feels like a normal minigun with less ammo. It's a little less damage most of the time and a little more damage sometimes, but nothing stands out about this weapon other than the rings of fire, which, granted, are epic as hell. I decided to increase the damage penalty to minus 25% so it's harder to fight non-burning players, and instead of doing 25% more damage to burning players, it does 33% more damage in the form of mini crits, which end up turning into the normal minigun damage when combined with that minus 25% damage.
What the
I feel like that just makes it more polarizing.
Yeah, okay, hold on. So he just said it's not worth linking up with your pyro. It's just a worse minigun if you're fighting non-burning enemies, and to fix this, we're going to make it even worse in the situation I just described.
Yeah.
I'm starting to see the problem here. This guy has the same problem as communism, where you provide... No, hear me out. You provide a really surface level but accurate analysis of the problem, and then you provide a horrible solution to it.
No, I completely agree with that. All this does is just make the existing issues of the Hualong heater way more polarizing.
Yeah. So, okay, he just said we're going to make it do the same damage even if they're on fire, because they'll do less damage, but then they'll get mini crits to equal out to the same damage as a stock minigun, I guess.
Yeah, God, that's going to be awful because, like, if you think about it, then that would pretty much just be a flat out nerf. Because, like, you got fucking...
Well, okay, hold on. Let's hear him out, because he was about to say something. Let's at least hear his reasoning first before we rag on this too much.
Penalty because of math. So, what's the point? Well, mini crits are unaffected by damage falloff, so fighting a burning target close up won't really be any different. But fighting a burning target at mid-range or long range will be absolute hell for them. I'm hoping this will give the Hualong heater a more specialized role in the game, but since I haven't actually used these weapons in an actual match before, I'd love for you guys to play on the server yourself and tell me what you think.
So, hold on, is he saying he's not used the Hualong heater, or is he saying he's not used the buff? Because one of those is a very concerning statement to...
I think he's just saying that he hasn't
video.
used... I think he's saying that he hasn't used this buffed version against, like, actual players.
Okay, that's fair enough.
My issue with this ends up being, like, the numbers just don't really add up in terms of, like, a flat-out buff. Because you've nerfed the base damage to such an insane degree that, like, the 33% damage boost you get from the mini crits is just, like, that's gonna basically amount to the damage bonus that you would be getting if you were just, like, using the normal Hualong heater, and that's only if you're fighting a burning enemy.
Yeah, and like the
so at its best, it's like just as good as it used to be.
Yeah, no, that's what I was thinking too. And also, like, the extra damage at mid-range is fine, but the Tomislav already does that. It already has good damage at mid-range.
Yeah.
I can't think of any situation where this would be better than the Tomislav. Like, even if there were burning enemies, this is not
MVM? Maybe.
Okay, well, maybe. I'm not a fan of weapons that only exist to be good in MVM, though, so...
I wonder what he says about the gas passer.
Was that even on the graphic in the opening? I wonder if we'll even
I didn't
talk
see
about
it, but the classic wasn't on there either, and that's also a pretty bad
That's
weapon,
fair.
so.
I'm going to assume and hope that that graphic is not comprehensive and that he will talk about bad weapons that aren't on there.
Mm-hmm.
I hope.
Buffed.
Buff.
Now
That's
for
not
some
a buff
sandwiches.
at all,
The
but
buffalo
okay.
steak sandwich
It
is
really
now
isn't.
eaten twice as fast and deploys and holsters a good bit faster too, allowing for high damage melee heavy to be less of a premeditated gimmick and more of a spur of the moment plot twist during a team fight. Buffed. And
That's inoffensive.
I was going to say, I kind of like that one, actually. I think that that's a decent direction to take it. It might make heavy really good, but you still have the damage vulnerability.
Yeah, he
And
didn't
you
mention
also-
anything about that, which is I think is really interesting because the damage vulnerability is one of the worst parts about the buffalo steak.
Well, I think right now, like with this design, if you're able to just whip it out and eat it basically instantly, the damage vulnerability makes sense. Because
even then, it's only mini crit melee on heavy.
You get the movement speed though. That's a lot. You get the same movement speed as a medic with that active. Like that's a decent amount. Or is it a medic? Is it a demo? I don't remember.
I think it's like 100% movement speed. So it's like sniper, engineer,
okay,
pyro.
Yeah, never mind. No, it's the Gru that puts you on par with the medic. Yeah,
I think there's a heavy cap. No, wait, the Gru is also at a 100%.
Is there?
There's like a heavy cap speed.
I'm looking this up right now. Because I don't remember.
Because like if you stack the Gru with the buffalo stake, then it caps out at 100%.
Okay, Gru is...
You can't move faster than that.
Gru is 99.67 base movement speed, so like
close enough.
0.03% slower. Let's see, the buffalo stake is 30%. Okay, it's the same. Yeah, I see. Yep. I don't play heavy much. This is like the...
I know.
This is outside of my area of expertise. Yeah, if it's only 100%, it's like... I don't know. I'd want to see that tested, but I like the idea of it.
I would personally just like either get rid of the damage vulnerability or replace it with like a damage resistance.
Oh no, not a resistance. No, please no. Like heavy's already really tanky. This is gonna be the same problem as Demo Knight, where it's just like he just has infinite health.
Demo Knight kind of also needs that because he is restricted to his melee. And so, like, he has no other options besides just, like, soaking up a bunch of damage to close in the gap.
Demo has 175 health. Heavy has 300. Heavy does not need a resistance at all.
If he's restricted to only his melee, then I think...
Temporarily, though. It's like, okay, I don't know.
Well, then anyway,
this change is fine. Sorry, this change is...
Yeah, this is, like, the best change so far.
I like this one. Honestly, this is probably one of the better changes I've seen for the Buffalo Stake.
Locust Bar is now eaten 4 times faster and deploys and holsters significantly faster, making it more of a mid-battle snack rather than a full-course meal. I've always thought it was the weakest sandwich since it only heals a small fraction of your health, and that 50 bonus health might seem nice, but it doesn't actually increase your overheal capacity, so if you're using a medic on your team, which you should be, it kind of becomes useless. This new design will allow Heavy to take multiple bites pretty much back to back, and
do you see how often he's eating instead of revving up his minigun?
I was gonna say, I'm seeing the problem, like, very often here.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the thing. This design could work. The way that I think it could work, though, is if you give it, like, multiple charges. So you let it stack up to 3, so you can eat it 3 times in a row.
I think you would need to make it heal more than 50 health.
50 is pretty
bad. In order to keep it on par with something like the banana, which is, like, its main like, competition here.
The banana is 200, and it eats slower.
It recharges just as fast.
Yeah, it has basically the same equivalent recharge speed, and even though you're spending more time eating, I feel like that's better. You want to compartmentalize when you're in combat, because you have to commit to it more as Heavy. You have to rev up.
Yeah.
So,
like, just eating it faster is not, like, a huge buff if you're still having to, like, dip in and out, like, every couple seconds.
Yeah, I don't think this change would do too much. Did he say, did it still give the 50 extra max? Did he say that?
Yes, he did say that.
Yeah, it's whatever. That's just not a great change, in my opinion.
Will allow him to cut his snack time short anytime he likes to jump back into battle. It still increases your max health, and it still doesn't heal much, but now it's way harder to be caught with your pants down like with the other sandwiches. Buffed. And for...
It doesn't matter if you're caught with your pants down. You restore 50 health. Like what?
Yeah,
every class can do that in one hit.
I have been quote unquote caught with my pants down with a sandwich or a banana before, and then it's just like, oh, I heal all that damage and I'm fine now.
You're constantly healing. You can actually out heal a lot of people attacking you as long as they're not like a really high DPS class like Scout or Demo. Yeah. No, it's like. I don't know what the point of this is. Like I said, if you gave it multiple charges, it could be cool, but it's just not quite there.
For our last Heavy change, I tried to do something us Heavy fans have been wanting for a long time.
Oh, us Heavy fans. This guy mains Heavy, so...
Oh, he's your arch enemy then.
I'm starting to Okay, hold on, because he said there are sniper and spy changes. My guess is that he's going to nerf him into the ground. That's my prediction.
Oh, almost certainly.
Yeah, he's only giving buffs to heavy weapons.
I don't like to judge too harshly.
I do. If you're
just because of someone's main. Just because of someone's main, I don't like to judge too harshly and then stereotype them. I don't like to bloom, 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 bloom. I don't like to do that.
Well, you don't like to
maybe he has
down upward and go boom, boop, 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 boop.
Maybe
Heavy's
he'll be
always been a weird
completely
class to me.
the heavy.
This guy ain't so hard to play. No, that's Ilmax.
What if Sam Smith was Australian?
This guy, he ain't so hard to play. Okay, sorry, we need to get back to the video.
Yes.
Anyway, yeah, you were saying you don't like the stereotype, but no, I can predict what's going to happen already because he talked about nerfing overpowered weapons and
yeah, the only ones were the Vaccinator, the Kunai, and the Diamondback.
all weapons that Heavy
you know
really
what?
struggles against for some reason.
Well, okay, everyone struggles against the Vaccinator.
Okay, that's fair. You know, I'll give you that.
That's my cat.
Kill it. All right, let's play the video.
Heavy subclass. If you don't know, a subclass is basically any weapon or combination of weapons that radically changes how a class is played.
I made a video on what a subclass is. You should watch it.
Think huntsman, snipers, demo knights, and battle engineers.
No, that's the part of the
never had a
subclass.
true subclass, so here's my attempt. The big business. Previously
He's going to
known
make
as
this
the
restrict
family
your
business.
minigun
What
ammo.
once was a slightly different shotgun side grade is now a complete and total death machine on par with Heavy's miniguns. It still has 7 shots in the clip, but instead of boringly just firing a little faster and doing a little less damage, it gives Heavy a speed boost anytime he hits an enemy with the thing. And if he eliminates the enemy entirely, they'll drop a small health pack that Heavy can swoop in and grab with his speed boost.
Okay, so immediately the problem that I have with this is it's what I like to call the Hunter's Harpoon problem. In the game Risk of Rain, there's an item called the Hunter's Harpoon that's notoriously bad, even though it gives you speed, which is like the best stat to have in that game. And the reason is because the speed is so janky and infrequent that it makes you constantly accelerate and decelerate, and it's really annoying to move around. And this gives you a 1-second speed boost on a hit, he said.
Oh
and
god,
I can
it's
see
the
that
hot. It's
yeah, it's the hot hand. This has
on.
the exact same problem of having really annoying, inconsistent speeds. Why not just give it a flat speed boost? Because okay, I'm already going to predict it's going to say.
I would much prefer a speed boost on kill, like the Big Earner.
Or just a flat speed boost, because again, 99% chance he says that it disables the minigun is the upside, or is the downside.
Fat Scout has arrived. Tell your friends. Now, obviously this is a direct upgrade from the normal shotgun so far. And it is a direct upgrade to the normal shotgun. Until you switch to your minigun and realize that 75% of your ammo is
50
gone
ammo on the minigun.
permanently.
That's interesting.
Which means no spam fire, no busting up sentries, and 75% less ammo from all ammo packs and dispensers. You've really got to use your minigun sparingly, if at all, if you're gonna run the big business. Buffed. Alright.
Also, I will note at least, that's... Okay, restricting minigun to 50 ammo instead of removing it is a better way to handle a subclass for Heavy than I think most people try.
Yes. And a lot of people just want to give Heavy like a big sort of riot shield or something like that.
Oh god, don't do a riot shield, dude.
And in place of the minigun.
Okay, here's the deal. I will let you add a riot shield to the game if you can name one game in the history of first-person shooters where a riot shield has been fun to fight against. And if you can, I will agree that giving Heavy a riot shield is a good idea.
Okay, in fairness, like, in what game is a sniper fun to fight against?
Exactly.
So he just shouldn't have been added.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, okay. This is a decent one. It's pretty cookie cutter. Again, I feel like most people would do this for...
Yeah, a lot of people want like the Fat Scout subclass to be like actually made, I don't know, canon or whatever.
Yeah, but this is
some kind of gameplay benefit.
This is not what I'm assuming people are mad about, so no. I can't wait to see what his other class.
Well, that was fun talking about Heavy and all the goodies he got for Christmas this year, but buffs aren't the only thing I'm dishing out today.
Oh no.
It's time to move on to a class that has had it too good for too long.
Pyro.
These nerfs are long overdue.
If he said Pyro, I was
Some
gonna
of
have
you are gonna love this, and just as many are probably gonna hate it. But let's just face the facts. It has to be done. It's time to nerf the sniper.
No!
All sniper rifles have their primary ammo capacity cut in half, and now fire tracer rounds. Stealth is Spy's thing. I'm sick and tired of snipers hiding in the shadows getting cross-map insta-kills without anybody knowing where they are. And you might say that good communication fixes the problem of stealthy snipers, but it really does not. First of all, good communication is supposed to be Spy's counter. Sniper's counter is supposed to be good positioning, you know, staying out of his sight line.
I mean, good communication is like counter to literally everything.
So you've added this change on your server, right? What's
More
your
or less, yeah.
What's your weapon
we
rehab
also-
change?
Okay, so for the sniper rifles, we did basically cut the ammo count in half. It's an ammo pool entirely of 16, but we
Okay.
also give sniper a clip that has 4 shots in it that he needs to like manually reload whenever he wants to just like, okay, I have all my shots back in. So it leaves this like point of vulnerability for the sniper, and also a point where he just like can't do anything at all. I've been playing on my rebalance server. There have been so many times where it's just like, I want to shoot the medic, but god damn it, I have to reload now. And it's just like that mechanic just saved that medic's fucking life.
Yeah, and you also could have negated that by either being more accurate or being more like picky about who you shoot.
Exactly.
So, yeah, no, it's a good mechanic.
In general, I just wanted to make it so that the sniper is punished for just haphazardly throwing out shots, which is something that he really isn't punished as much for currently in the game. Because it's just like a 1.5 second reload on really long maps with really big sight lines. It's just like that's not really a punishment at all.
That's you have the classic tracers on yours, right?
Yes.
And do those work? Like, do you feel fighting a sniper is more fair with that, or do you think the full tracers, like this guy's suggesting, are better?
The full tracers are definitely more noticeable, but there have definitely been plenty of times where like I still see the classic tracers just like, oh, okay, there's a sniper there. Like it's really not that hard to notice.
Yeah, I mean they're pretty visible, although like I guess only up close. From a distance, yeah, you don't see them as much.
I still see them from a distance.
Maybe I just don't see enough people using the classic. I'm trying to picture what that looks like, and I can't remember because who uses the classic?
It's just like this kind of wibble wobble in the air.
Yeah, like a bullet time, like a little matrix shot.
Yeah, exactly.
Do people on your server like that change, or do they think it's lame?
Oh, people pretty universally love it.
Okay, cool. So I will at least say that we'll give this guy credit and say, yes, these are testedly good changes. Like we know from experience that these work.
Yes.
And supposed to position yourself accordingly if you don't know where the sniper even is. You can't expect an entire team to know every map's callouts just to deal with snipers. Calling out a spy is effortless. Spy is heavy, spy on carts, spy on sentry, spy at spawn, but snipers don't stick to landmark locations like carts or sentries. They could be anywhere on the entire map. If you're on Badwater and you say sniper on rocks, that could literally mean like 4 different things. And since they're
I'm just saying a lot of those rocks are a lot less effective than others.
Yeah, I'm trying to, so go back a frame if you can.
The entire map.
I think I get it.
If you're on Badwater and you say...
Yeah, so, okay, how do you even get a sniper onto the rocks, like, on the top right? Like, what sightline does that have?
The top right? Like, up here? That is a pretty worthless sightline. You pretty much only see snipers, like, up here in this little corner, where they can just like kind of crawl up the rocks and be tucked away in a little area where like they can see you just fine, but you can barely see them. I hate these snipers. Or they're up here.
Okay, I'm gonna interject and say I don't know what up here means. That could mean anywhere. I can't see your cursor.
Like
up here is not a location.
Where the health pack and the
pack
are. They can like crawl up the rocks over on like the little corner there in the shadows. And they could just like hide up there, and you can barely see them. Only another sniper or someone like bombing in can like reliably kill. Maybe a spy. A spy could do that if he like. Well, assuming there isn't a sentry gun like right there.
When is there not a sentry gun right there? That's like
when there's a sentry gun on the cliff.
Yeah, that's true. Which, to be fair, I think we proved this guy's point by arguing over which rock we're talking about. But
okay, in fairness, you can't see what I'm motioning at, and also I play a lot of Badwater, so I know.
Yeah, fair enough. This is one of my least favorite payload maps. I'm sorry.
I play lots of Badwater.
All right.
Anyways,
sniper on rocks. That could literally mean like 4 different things. And since they're a long-range class and Spy is a short-range class, actually getting to the position takes time, so they have a longer time to reposition than a Spy does. And so the stealth pick class, Spy, is easier to pinpoint verbally than the non-stealth pick class, Sniper. That is a massive fucking problem. If a Spy kills you without you ever seeing him or knowing he exists, you think, man, What a good spy player. If a sniper
I don't
kills
think
you
that at
without
all.
you ever seeing
I
him
don't.
or
I
knowing
really
he
don't think that. I
exists,
think God, that's fucking annoying.
I know, it's like, God damn it, that's my thought. Yeah,
Like no one else could have shot that
a-
guy. No one else noticed him. Thanks, guys. Thanks, everyone.
Yeah, maybe I'm just a salty bitch. Maybe we're just like tryhards. I don't know. But my thought when I get backstabbed is, really, guys, no one else turned around.
Like,
I will gladly offload that problem to my teammate when coping.
I'm in an opposite position here where I think if a sniper manages to get a headshot at me, I'm like, hey, good job. You did it. You hit me in the head.
I don't think that at all either. This is a difference in mains, I think.
Like, I've seen so many snipers who just can't even be fucked to hit someone in the head. So if they do that to me, it's like, hey, good job. At least you're trying.
I'm more utilitarian with sniper. If I die to sniper, whether it's a headshot or body shot, it's like, God damn it. That's the thought going through my head. It's like, really, dude?
Fair enough.
But
at least as someone who's been behind the rifle a lot, I can just like appreciate it when it's like, you know what? Good job. You did it.
Yeah, like, okay, there's some level of appreciation. Same with spy. It's like, if I get trick stabbed, it's like, fine, I'll admit that was a good stab, even if I'm annoyed
yeah,
that
it was
I fell
cool.
for it. Yeah.
It would have been more cool if you didn't have 200 health to soak up all that fucking damage I did to you.
It would actually have been more cool if I didn't die and no one ever killed me and I was invincible. That would be really cool. But yeah,
Man, that'd be so
I guess if I
cool.
had to die, that's a fine way to do it.
I understand the bot hosters now.
Bot hosters just really hate kunai spies. It's their backstory.
The bot hosters did nothing wrong. I'm on their side now. Fix TF2 was a mistake.
Yeah, we should kill TF2. The kunai exists, guys.
Well, that's an annoying spot. How am I supposed to fight against that? I say no more.
What if it's not
I've
an
just
annoying
had
spot,
enough.
though?
The reduced ammo will
What
force
spots are
sniper to
those?
reposition more often or pick sniping spots in your ammo packs, making it easier to spot snipers and kill them while they reposition, and make it easier to predict where a sniper might be camping out at. The tracer rounds will also encourage a sniper to reposition more often so he's less predictable and allows players to actively consider enemy snipers' sightlines during combat instead of just being in the middle of a team fight and getting your head blown off out of nowhere. Because you get to see all the shots the sniper hits and the ones he misses, you're able to perform a little bit of mental calculus to deduce just how accurate this guy really is, what targets he's prioritizing, and what all he's really able to see from his position. Nerfed, 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 nerfed. And now it's time for the old switcheroo.
Okay, so far, the changes this guy has made seem pretty good to me, honestly. Like, they're not all winners.
Yeah, comparatively speaking.
But not enough to get everyone in the comments mad and to like have the like to dislike ratio. That's I'm curious to see what people are mad at.
Than this up until this point. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like this is pretty average. Maybe the people in the comments have just never seen a weapon review before.
maybe
this is just their first one.
I'm really unlucky in the algorithm.
he's just so unlucky because he's trying to make a video for weapon rebalance of virgins, so to speak. This is their foray to changing things in TF2. Maybe everyone in this video is exactly the straw man that he said they were, where they think TF2 is perfect and they're just mad because he dares change it.
Or maybe he drops a hard R N-word in the middle of the video.
Maybe he goes full Andrew Tate. Yeah, I don't know. Who knows what can happen in the next 20 minutes.
The Hitman's Heatmaker, which is the exception to literally everything I just said, because this guy does not fire tracer rounds unless the focus ability is activated. I did, however, increase the body shot damage penalty from -20% to -66%. A normal sniper rifle does 150.
Well, doesn't this just make it kind of the best sniper rifle then?
What's the point then? Okay, never mind. We just offered this guy an out. If we clicked off right there, we would have missed this beautiful line of thought here. Yeah, so
that completely invalidates everything except the ammo change. What the fuck?
Yeah, because now people are just gonna use this. Like, this is the best one by far. I don't understand.
Yeah, you're not giving yourself away with every single shot. And also, like, the sound it fires is way harder to notice than all the other rifles.
Yeah,
Why did you do this?
Why not just make this one fire like the classic tracer, where it's harder to notice?
That would be so much better. He didn't even do that with the classic. The classic is firing mocking around. The classic didn't need that nerf.
Yeah.
Why did you
finally a nerf to the classic.
Look how they massacred my boy.
Does he just own like okay, here's my theory. He owns like 1,000 strange Hitman's heat makers, and he wants them to go up in price. That's the only explanation. He's like, yeah, if this is the best one, I will make so much money. That's all I can think of for this change. I can't fathom what the reasoning is beyond that.
Because like that doesn't
body shot.
That doesn't fix any of the problems that people have with snipers. Like, people just don't like getting headshot.
Yeah,
so
like
reducing the body shot damage isn't going to fix anything. That doesn't fix the problems with that.
And also, he just went on this like 2-minute long rant about why sniper's unfun because you can't tell where he is.
How stealth is spy's thing. But now
and then
rifle.
Immediately he's like, actually, let's leave a rifle in that still lets you do that anyway, because why not? Like, well, then why talk about why stealth is a problem if you're just going to leave one that keeps the aspects of that?
That's so dumb. This is dumb. I'm sorry.
I'm starting to see why people are mad. Maybe it's just this one, though.
Does 50. It is the weapon of the tryhards. If you're a truly elite sniper who never misses a shot, you won't notice any of the sniper nerfs as long as you use this weapon.
That's the problem.
Well then why implement them in the first place then? It's not the free-to-play snipers that people are complaining about. It's like 5,000 hour Andes that are sitting there like insta headshotting everyone with bot accuracy. It's like why?
And now you just gave him an out. You just gave him an out to keep playing sniper like nothing's even changed.
Why do this at all? Like, what's the point? Yeah, like, it has to be just because he owns, like, a professional kill streak one and just wants it to be worth more. I can't fathom what the reasoning would be if it's not that.
What the fuck?
But if you think this weapon sucks, then I have one recommendation for you.
No one thinks that.
Nerfed.
What?
And if you're somebody who thinks about game design sometimes, you probably...
How's this a nerf at all? Well, okay, because technically it still is nerfed from what exists in game, because all that he did was reduce the body shot damage. So, like, yeah. But comparatively to all the other changes he makes, it's like super buff.
Compared to all of the other rifles on his server, this is a massive buff.
You have to use this if you want to play the game, basically. I don't understand what...
It's like if the old Danger Shield was a sniper rifle.
Yeah, it's like he adds the old Danger Shield as a sniper rifle, and he's like, oh, actually, we'll reduce the damage resistance to, like, 5% less. Oh, it's technically nerfed, guys. Like, no, it's not. You added it back. It's buffed compared to everything else.
You know that by giving every sniper rifle tracer rounds, it inadvertently buffs the Machina, which used to be the only rifle to have that downside. Which is why the Machina now slows down your move speed just a little bit to make up for all the extra damage you get to do.
Wait, but the Machina's already bad. Like, not being able to fire while unscoped is a legitimate downside. I don't think we need this, too.
Yeah. I mean, like, that's a pretty minor nerf, so I don't really mind that too much, but...
It's whatever. I mean, he doesn't list numbers either. Like, how much does it slow you down? Because 10%
I hope to God
and 50% are very different.
I hope to God he mentions the classic, because you just fucked it completely.
I hope, like... What... Oh god, if he doesn't mention the classic, that means he probably won't mention the gas passer either.
Nerfed. And now that I'm done being the bearer of based news, it's time to get to the fun stuff. Sniper secondaries.
Oh my god, he didn't mention the classic.
The Cleaner's Carbine, which now has highly increased accuracy to make it more of a mid-range finisher weapon, distinguishing it from the SMG's close-range capabilities. Buffed.
Okay, that one's whatever.
That's fine. I'm fine with that.
That's a decent change. I don't mind that at all.
Oh, and remember how fucking boring the Darwin's Danger Shield is? I mean, come on. Fire resistance? Who cares?
I care. I mean, pyro, you fuck. This weapon sucks. Oh my god.
Completely agree.
Instead of just giving some bland damage resistance to counter one random class in the game, I'm reinventing this item into what I call the Forester's Frog Skin. It'll protect you from danger, sure, but not by passively shielding you from one random class in the game. Instead, this thing gives you increased move speed, massively increased jump height, and 25 less max health. Remember what I said about wanting sniper in position more? This thing will let you do that and then some.
Okay. Listen. Sniper is my most played class. If you give him any kind of mobility,
do you want to know?
That is fucking insane.
Okay, so consider this scenario. I'm playing Scout. I sneak up on a pyro. He jumps away at fucking Mach 3 and then quickscopes me. I would probably uninstall if that happened to me. I'm gonna be honest. Oh my god, that just makes me mad thinking about it.
Dude, imagine using this with the new heat maker that doesn't fire off any tracer rounds, and you just jump into some fucking ridiculous corner that no one could possibly find you in.
We're reinventing Widowmaker from Overwatch. You just give Sniper a grappling hook at this point. Give him like trip mines.
Well,
yeah. Also, did you see him using the Huntsman there too?
Yeah.
Like, I would probably kill myself if I had to fight against that. That's horrid.
Oh my god. It's like if the soda popper was a huntsman.
The soda popper. That literally is. Oh my god. And it's free. It's like, okay, you get 100 or you get 25 less health for 100 total. Who cares?
When you're Sniper? Yeah, who the fuck cares?
The extra mobility is going to let you get away. It's going to let you negate way more damage than 25.
And extra movement speed. Not even just jump height, but movement speed too.
God, dude. This one's extra bad. This one's like the worst one I've seen yet.
No one can balance the danger shield. It can't be done. It's cursed.
Oh my
it's a
god.
cursed
The danger, just delete it at this point. It's not worth it. We have to delete
Make
the
it a
files
fucking Razorback reskin if you have to, but good god, this weapon is just cursed.
I'm trying to think. I had a rebalance. I was struggling with this one so much. I think what I landed on was something really boring. Like, yeah, give it 25 max health. That's it. That's all I can think of.
That's all it used to do. Back when it was like a poly count set, that was literally all it did, was just give you a flat base health increase.
We're at the point we have to make it just suck ass. Like, there's no creative way to make this good.
I think what we did on our rebalance server was give it like plus 15 health and like reduced debuff timers. So that way it kind of still has a little bit of a function against pyros, like spamming flares at you and stuff, but like not to the point where it's just like, fuck you for even playing this class the way it is now.
I'm still not a fan of that, but yeah, that's a way to balance it. Again, I've never heard a good one. This is the least bad one. I'll give you that. I can't even remember what I did. I think it was just something along the lines of, I don't know, dude. Not hyper speed Sniper.
This is insanity.
You came into this video wanting Sniper nerfs? Fuck you. TF2 times 10.
Oh my god.
You can reposition yourself right in front of some dude's face and lodge an arrow into it.
That's the problem.
Back and forth between health packs and high ground. You can go where no sniper has ever gone before. Nobody will see it coming, but they will be able to react strategically due to the tracer rounds. Unless
you use that MSU maker like you're doing right now.
Oh my god.
No.
Wait, what is your excuse for that? What is your excuse?
Yeah, maybe he's coping about it.
In which case, I think I may have just unleashed the mother of all tryhards.
That's it? Yeah. You've unleashed the mother of all tryhards. Oh well, sucks to be you, I guess.
Pandora's box has been opened. Oopsie, I guess.
I love how his reasoning for accidentally creating this item set isn't, oh, maybe we should consider rebalancing. It's just like, oops, oh well, push it through. Oh my god, dude. Did he just run out of time to make this video? He's like, we don't have time to fix it now.
Was this on a deadline or something? What the fuck?
There was not a sponsor on this, so there couldn't have been a deadline unless it was self-imposed, in which case you should probably reconsider your business strategy, because this is not a very good set of changes. And in my opinion, you know, I might be alone on this, but I don't think it would be very fun to have snipers instantly teleport away when you get near them. I don't know.
I already don't like it when snipers surf away from me. That's like not very fun either.
Oh my god. Okay, well, if this is Sniper, I can't wait to see what Spy is going to be. Yeah,
oh god,
the kunai, what, you thought we were going to nerf the health? We did, but we also made Spy move at double speed and have infinite cloak with it. What if there are tryhards? Oops.
Oopsie poopsie. It's not like tryhards are the only ones who use the kunai.
Oh my god. I can't wait to get to the kunai. I know it's going to be some
Please god,
change.
Tell us what's going on with Spy.
It's going to be so funny. I can't wait.
Buffed. The Razorback is getting a similar treatment. Instead of shielding you through mobility, this one actually will shield you passively. Not being able to be overhealed was kind of stupid, so I removed it.
That's like the best change they made!
Why it was there. It was to prevent a sniper from being able to tank a bunch of revolver shots through the overheal while simultaneously being immune to backstabs. But don't worry, because I've removed the backstab immunity. It still discourages backstabs though, because it soaks your stabber in Jarate for 8 seconds. So if you're playing around your team, you are sure to be avenged quickly.
Well, that's
after
the
your
problem.
Death.
That's the problem with the Razorback though, is that it like is completely broken with team play because spies can't really get to you. Maybe not completely broken, but this doesn't like this makes it slightly more tolerable, but this doesn't fix it.
Yeah, like all it means is that now instead of a spy having to go for a suicidal revolver play, he just has to go for a suicidal backstab play, which
either way the sniper dies, but
better.
You should not encourage sacking, like unless it's the medic, in which case like sure, because you're actually depleting a resource, but if the only way to kill someone's trading, that makes it a bad weapon design in my opinion.
Increases your max health by 25 like the danger shield used to. Now it's harder for a spy to stab you and harder for him to shoot you to death, but both are still possible, unlike with the old Razorback where it forced spies to use their revolver. The health bonus also means you get
now you've just forced snipers to use the heat maker. That's better.
225 health, which I think will combo nicely with the Huntsman and hopefully won't be too unfair to fight.
This isn't
I mean, surely a pocket soldier is still going to be more dangerous than a pocket Huntsman sniper, right? I've also been calling this one the wet blanket instead of the Razorback because I just imagine Sniper wearing a huge pea-soaked blanket on his back that coats spies in Jarate for stabbing him. Nerfed, but only kind of. And now for the cozy camp.
Again, inoffensive. It's not the worst Razorback change I've ever seen.
Worse, but
not the best
not
by any means, but compared to the danger shield, oh my god.
Yeah, like compared to his danger shield change, that is downright masterful.
We are frog maxing with Sniper here.
Camper, which is exactly the same as it used to be, except that it now puts your max ammo to a whopping 40, so that you can, you know, camp.
Okay, guys, I thought of two really good ideas for Sniper. Let's reduce the ammos to make it harder for him to camp, and let's add tracers so you know where he is. All right, now guys, hear me out. I have two great buffs that I think could undo these changes to make them good weapons.
What are you supposed to fucking chimp does?
Oh my lord! So if you use the fucking heat maker and the cozy camper,
the heat maker and the cozy camper, literally the only downside compared to like normal sniper is less body shot damage.
Yeah, you are in a better position than you previously were playing normal sniper that's currently in the game. You have more ammo.
I am one of like 5 people in the world that defend Sniper. Don't buff him, you fucking dumbass.
And also, again, why rant about why the nerfs you gave like across all of the rifles are necessary if you're gonna immediately undo it? Like, what's the point?
It's like what I complained about in my fucking spy video where it's just like, oh, now the class has all these like inherent problems. Well, let's just fix them with unlocks. He just did that with Sniper of all classes.
Yeah. It's like you're just ruining the balance you immediately tried to establish by unlocks. Oh my god.
Okay, I get it now. I understand you.
Yeah, there was not much thought put into these Sniper changes at all. I can't even say he's just a salty heavy main anymore because he is net buffed Sniper. I don't know what he was smoking with this.
If you somehow manage to surf a rocket into a crazy good sniping position, the cozy camper will let you heal back up, like normal, and keep you well stocked up on ammo. Buffed. Alright, time to talk.
Also, the cozy camper doesn't even really need a buff. It's totally fine where it is now.
I was gonna say, this is one of the least offensive sniper secondaries. Like, no nerf to the Jarate or anything? Like, okay. Well.
Yeah, what the fuck? Jarate absolutely needs a nerf. It's like one of the strongest weapons in the entire game.
You click and everyone basically loses the fight if it's a team
fight. It is a free
so
buff
stupid.
banner charge every 20 seconds. It's insane. The only reason people don't complain about Jarate more is because snipers only ever use it to just Jarate bushwhack spies and scouts that get too close to them.
Oh my god, yeah, this is baffling.
Talk about a weapon that should be cool, but isn't. The Shahancha. A little extra damage when below half health and a little less when above, that's just kinda lame. It's not that impactful.
True.
So I changed each instance of 25% with 70%.
What the
That's
fuck?
Right, 70% more damage when low on health, 70% less damage when you're healthy. That's 111 and 20 damage respectively.
111 damage? Dude.
That's more than the equalizer at 1 health.
Which, like, to be fair, I don't even think that matters, because usually if you get in a melee range of sniper, you're a 2-hit anyway. But this doesn't solve the problem, because he has a really good knack for explaining a problem and then making it worse with the changes.
Let's just make the fucking Shansha even more polarizing than it already is. It's the same as the fucking heater.
He's like, he starts out by saying, yeah, people don't like this weapon because it's polarizing. Let's make it more polarizing. I don't understand, like, what the intent.
The higher highs and the lower lows, I guess. But the low lows suck. We don't like the low lows.
Yeah, like, you're doing 20 damage as sniper. Like, I still feel like this would be a bad weapon, because most of the time you're doing 20 damage. By adding the damage, you're actually not getting thresholds against most classes. I think unless it's yeah, no, because spies and scouts are usually who you're meleeing, right? So
pretty much, yeah.
They're still a 2-hit either way with the buffs, but with the nerfs, they're like 5-hit. Like,
assuming you take, and that's like assuming you take damage like in the middle of a fight. Like maybe you get a 20 hit on them once, and then 111 on them the next hit.
They just
guess what? That's the exact same.
And also, imagine being a scout. It's basically just like getting random crit every time. If you hit him and he like tanks it and then just kills you.
Yeah. I mean, like, functionally it's the same, but like you see all your health go down after taking like 20 damage.
Yeah.
I feel like for newer players especially, that would just suck.
And also, there's no way to see what his health is either. You can't predict how much damage it's going to do.
Be awful.
Yeah, I don't like this at all.
It is truly situational now. And of course,
yeah,
adding that much damage to any weapon means I've got to get rid of random crits. You know the drill. We can't have snipers one-shotting heavies with their melee. And it deploys slow and swings a little slower, so it's really not a get-out-of-jail-free card at all.
Oh, wait, he listed this. Hold on. There's like listed stats
of random crits. You know.
Wait. So is he saying getting rid of random crits in general or just on the Shahansha?
No, just on this, because he doesn't want it one-shotting heavy, which is fair, I guess.
Like, that's fair, but you got to get rid of, like, random crits on sniper. Like, at the very least, sniper melees across the fucking board.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think he plays too much sniper. I'm gonna be honest.
Maybe
or plays
not,
against snipers.
As a heavy player,
you'd think he'd be a little bit more.
We can't have snipers one-shotting heavies with their melee, and it deploys slow and swings a little slower, so it's really not a get-out.
Okay, so you see the stats there. 60% longer weapon switch, 25% slower firing speed, no random crits. Basically, unless you're below half health, this thing just sucks ass.
That is one of the worst weapons that would possibly exist in the game, unless you're below half health.
Yeah, famously snipers who love to be below half health and engage in risky combats.
At least all the snipers that I end up seeing that are below half health are like across the map, and then I like shoot a lock and load pill at them. It's just like, why were you sniping at that low of health?
Yeah, like
I don't see those snipers running in my face with the Shansha.
Maybe this would encourage that sort of play style. Maybe you can be Sniper Knight now just by insta-killing people.
Oh, dude, imagine using that with the new buffed Cleaner's Carbine.
Uh-oh, I just saw the What respond to me posting the video, and he said, I started the video and never finished it, so I went to see back what I missed and got to his Enforcer rework. So we have something to look forward to.
Oh, no.
Okay, well...
At a jail-free card at all. You've got to be smart if you pull this thing out, or else you're toast. But even with all the downsides, I still think it'll be better, or at least more fun, than the original Shahansha.
That is not fun at all.
It is a guaranteed 111 damage after all. That should make any scout or spy think...
That's not guaranteed by any means. You have to wait for someone to shoot you and hope you don't die.
Yeah.
That is not guaranteed.
I sure hope that scout isn't using the backscatter.
Buffed. And speaking of spies, let's talk about the travel
the counter's the backscatter.
In normal TF2, it's a decent way to reveal spies, but nowhere near as good as the Girardi. So I just leaned into the bleed a little more and made it do less damage on hit with longer bleed time, meaning it...
Again, it's just more polarizing. You do not need to nerf the damage of the Shiv anymore. I don't... Okay, here's what I don't understand.
We make the Shiv do less damage on hit. Surely this is the buff it needs.
Okay, here's the fucking thing that ends up pissing me off. He will take these weapons that under no circumstances need any kind of nerf whatsoever, and then tack a nerf on top of that.
Yeah,
I don't understand.
Wait, hello?
What?
Is it too late to join in?
No,
We've been talking about this video for like an
we've
hour.
not seen it. We're on the what is this? The Tribalman Shiv, and we just saw that he suggested to nerf it by reducing the damage.
Get to the enforcer.
Oh no, dude.
Just wait till you get to the enforcer. Dude.
Don't spoil it. We had a fit with the stupid Darwin's Danger Shield rework that makes Sniper a fraud.
Not to mention the Heat Maker and the Cozy Camper. God damn.
Oh my
dude.
god, I can't.
Are you
this
doing a
video
watch together?
sucks ass. Yeah, we're on watch together. The room codes and the thing. He on several occasions he's like, yeah, Sniper really needs nerfed. That's why we're suggesting that we have his ammo and make all of his things have tracers for these pretty logical, well thought out reasons. Okay, now let's give him unlocks that just undo that for no reason. Okay, great. So now Sniper's just the same as he normally is.
Oops.
Yeah, his logic to what if a tryhard uses these weapons is uh-oh.
I've unleashed the tryhards now.
Picked up where I left off, and it got to his enforcer change.
Don't
and I'm like,
spoil
dear
it.
God, I need to save the game, get off, and discuss this with them immediately.
Damage over the course of 10 seconds instead of 81 damage over the course of 6 seconds. 10 seconds is also how long I last. I mean, how long Girardi lasts. You know, just for reference. 4 extra seconds to chase down a spy will definitely come in handy, but it's not really doing any extra damage.
Wait, so it does the same amount of bleed damage, but over a longer period of time. That just makes it worse. This is like the one situation where that's better is if you hit a spy, in which case you're only getting 1 extra second of bleed.
But
this is a nerf. This is a nerf to the Tribalmans. Why would he do that?
Genuinely one of the worst weapons in the entire game.
I feel like a lot of his buffs are like heavy nerfs redisguised as buffs.
Absolutely.
Maybe he
I
just
felt the
really
same way about
hates
the
the
wall on here.
Tribalman. We were trying to think of why he would buff the stupid Hitman's Heatmaker, and our thought was that he just has like a billion strange Hitmakers or Heatmakers that he wants to sell, and his thought is that if he gets this changed into the game, they'll be really expensive. And the only thing that I can think of with this, yeah, he's just a bot hoster. That's all he wants.
Oh my god,
dude,
Buffed.
No, that's not buff. That's not buff. That's a nerf.
it really isn't. It really fucking isn't.
That is a direct nerf. The one situation that you explained is the literal single time out of every matchup in the entire game that it's better. You can't call this a buff.
What, like against invisible spies?
Yeah, and it's barely. It's 1 second longer of tracking. If you have Girardi, it does the same thing but better. Oh my lord. Although I guess with this, like you have to be using the Darwins or else you lose. So
that was a lot of changes for just Sniper and Heavy, but I think we can all agree that those are the classes that needed them the most.
No,
these next ones will be a lot faster, like Soldier. I mean, I might be biased because he's my most played class, but I can't think of a single weapon he has that doesn't work the way it should. Moving
what
on
about
to
the Liberty
Scout.
Launcher?
I'm just playing with you, alright? You didn't think I'd forget the weakest weapon in the game, did you? The Righteous Bison? This thing sucks.
What?
So I quadrupled its fire rate to have a kind of net-like effect where you catch enemies. You know, like you're creating a wall of projectiles rather than trying to actually aim individual shots.
Just what we need in TF2, something where you create a wall of projectiles instead of having to aim. That sounds like a great design for a weapon.
At the very least, it doesn't look like it does all that much damage. So it's just kind of like...
No, but I fundamentally disagree with the design philosophy here.
Which proves to be completely impossible with this weapon.
This doesn't even...
Now it actually has
this doesn't even address the projectile speed issue.
Nest or breaking up a big
I mean, those looked a lot faster.
Instead of just being, you know,
yeah, they do look a lot
weapon
faster.
in the game.
Why didn't you mention that? That's like the biggest problem with the Bison.
So don't get any big ideas. It should be fun to play with, though. Buffed. Okay, now it's time for Scout for real.
Less egregious than some of the other ones. But...
you might hate me for saying this, but I think Scout doesn't have a single overpowered weapon. I am making this for you guys, though, so if you all really think the Force of Nature or Criticola need to be changed, I'm willing to work with you guys there. But for right now, I'm just going to change the candy cane and call it a day.
Why don't
Instead of 25% more
no,
damage from
you were saying that as an
explosives, which
example.
ends up making this thing too
but like, why as an
situational,
example?
I'm just going to go all the
Just
way and
picking
give him
something
25 less health for equipping the item.
Excuse me?
Hold on, this is a direct nerf. This is a direct nerf.
100% a nerf. Dude, the candy cane only like lowers the scout's effective health against against explosive classes.
Yeah.
Now you've just done it to everyone.
Scout literally gets one shot by everyone now.
Literally.
Except Medic.
Finally,
Even
buffs to the candy cane.
Ambi Spy, or even Diamondback, they one-shot you now.
Yeah, finally, buffs to the candy cane. He has less health. He's buffed now. Oh my lord.
Spy can out DM Scout now. Buff.
Maybe that's the buff. It was secretly a buff to Spy.
He's gonna need him after all the nerfs he gets in this video. Just as a little.
Oh god, we were joking about him being a salty heavy main, but like after buffing the sniper, I don't know. Maybe he just hates spies more.
And to balance it out and make this thing actually fun, I've made it so that the health packs enemies drop when you kill them now fully heal you, along with every other health pack.
It doesn't matter. You're gonna get one shot.
You're gonna be fully healed from
death.
You could theoretically go on a total rampage with this thing, or a sugar rush, if you will.
You can theoretically go on a rampage until one demo man shoots one pill or one scout shoots one scattergun shot.
Dude, like you can already do that with the candy cane. That's basically what the candy cane does. You can selectively go on like these wicked ass tears as long as you're just like careful about explosive damage. But now you have to walk on eggshells around literally fucking everything.
This guy is literally just communism. He presents like a surface level but pretty accurate detail of the problem, and then the worst possible solution to it that just makes it worse.
You guys can tell me if the rebalance that we have on our server is like, you know, better or worse than this. We made it so that like when you pick up the health pack from the candy cane, it will like give you a bit of overheal, assuming that you're at full health.
That's not too bad of a change.
But we also made it so that like instead of the explosion vulnerability, you heal from like healing sources way slower.
Yeah, no, that's the downside that it should have. Like that just makes it fair. Like that's a proper trade-off, not you just get one shot.
Literally, all you have to do to make the candy cane good is to just change the 25% damage penalty to like a 20%. That way you don't get one shot by pills anymore. And
at least
that's literally all you gotta do. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that would be better than this. Like this ignores the problem that you
literally
just instantly
a 5% damage change would be better than just you get one shot by everything.
Really, the only thing people complain about with the candy cane is getting one shot by pills. You just slightly change the damage threshold so you don't get one shot by pills, and I don't think even people would like hate it that much.
Yeah, that would immediately make it a lot better.
Oh my god, yeah. Well, all right.
But I'm already kind of a candy cane.
It's not a buff.
Third class that barely gets changed.
It's really not a buff at all.
I'll be honest.
Oh wait, yeah,
I'm
this
just
is
gonna
not
buff
a buff.
the shit out of the caber and move on with my life. No more damage nerf. In fact, there's a damage buff.
Good.
Triple damage to buildings. You heard me.
Buildings?
I wanna live in a world where Demo Man can charge headfirst into a distracted sentry gun and destroy everything in the vicinity, including himself. This one definitely needs playtesting, but I'm praying to God.
Finally, an easy way for Demo Man to destroy engineer buildings.
Just
a
wait
great
till you
buff
hear the downside.
Oh no.
Just wait till you hear the downside, dude.
You know, I always struggle trying to take down these invincible sentries with my piddly pills and pipes and sticky bombs. Now I have an easy way to run in and kill sentries.
This is like sharpened volcano fragment design. If only there was a way for Pyro to set people on fire. If only there was a way for a Demo Man to destroy buildings. Just wait to hear the downside.
Finally, I can break one sentry gun per life. Finally.
Listen, I'm a sniper main. Let it fucking one-shot light classes again. That's literally all you have to do.
God.
Yeah.
That it works the way I want it to, because this image is just hilarious to me.
It's
the next
not.
change might be considered a downside, but really it's just another upside, which is that the Demo Man's Ullapool Caber deals more damage to himself, enough to guarantee that the Demo Man dies even if he's overhealed. Now normal, sane people will see
look
this
at
as a downside.
He's got the charge and targe with a 50% damage resistance to explosives and the booties. So he has 200 health and a 50% damage resistance to explosions, and he still fucking dies.
Oh my god.
How much damage does it do to yourself?
Wait, so he said this. How is this an upside? What is his reasoning?
Caber users are not normal.
You just get to use it again faster.
They don't want to live after they've lost their caber. That's all they've got going for them. It's the only thing they care about.
You're on bad water
Immediately
defense. You're gonna be waiting like 20 fucking seconds to use it.
Which means you get your charge replenished faster, which means more cabering.
That does not mean. Why not make the caber just recharge after 30 seconds? Why guarantee you instantly die when you use it? That's not a buff at all. That's such a cope.
You could do like a bicycle thing where you can make it recharge faster by picking up ammo packs.
That's what we did on our server.
Finally, a buff to the caber. You instantly die.
It kills you instantly. Even if you have the booties and a charge in charge.
Is this video a troll? There's no way, right?
I've talked to Grouch. He's a really chill dude. No. I just don't think he was cooking with this video.
That makes it even worse. That makes it even worse if he's chill. I wish he was a dick so I could hate him. I feel bad
Why
now.
couldn't you be an asshole?
Seriously, it's like I feel bad making this video even, but come on, like, oh man.
Sometimes I think Valve stopped making balance changes to TF2 for a good reason.
Oh my. We've had Demo Man live too long. Finally, an instant way to skip the kill bind. We just do it for you. If you want to take down one sentry, you instantly die now. If you can't even get into range with the caber of all the... Oh my lord, dude.
Yeah, but you can charge into a sentry gun and insta-kill the sentry gun, and then the engineer will just have another level 3 by the time you respawn.
It took such a sharp turn, this video. I want to say, like...
That's why I thought it was a troll, because it, like, baits you in. Like, all the heavy changes were all right, and the sniper changes started out good, and then
I want to go back to the heavy changes.
Switches. This is structured like a troll video, but it's completely serious. It just baits you in.
I haven't even seen the full thing yet. I stopped after the Enforcer.
Let's see.
Don't spoil it. I can't wait, though.
It's all upsides in Caber Town.
No, it's not.
It's random crits now. Fuck you. Buffed.
What?
Oh, and you know how...
Oh, so it gets random crits now? This is the worst caber change I have seen. Every single stat he added fucking sucks ass. What is this?
So
this has to be a troll video.
Forced to use it with a shield because you want to get
die.
crits,
you're overhealed with a shield. You instantly die.
You get random crits on top of that. What fucking crack are you smoking, my dude? Why bother if you're always charging with it? How else are you gonna get a sentry?
This is arguably worse than the sniper change, because at least the Darwin's danger shield, he had some line of reasoning, being it would probably be fun. It's
probably
not.
To use.
This is 3 separate stats that are all working against each other, all make the caber actively worse, do nothing for the weapon, and are just horrible even on paper. This is easily the worst one so far.
Oh my god.
How the Iron Bomber is like super
the Iron Bomber
barely changes anything from a normal grenade launcher. Well, it's the Carpet Bomber now. Buffed. And since...
Why would you buff the Iron Bomber?
This is not a buff. The Iron Bomber is good because it's a nuanced side grade.
It's like the Tommy slap to the minigun.
Yeah, it's like not every weapon needs to be wacky and crazy. Like having a basic side grade's fine.
Yeah, having like basic weapon like the stat swaps is totally fine. There's nothing wrong with that.
Zenith is watching it too. He's apparently watching it in bed, and he just got to the danger shield part. He's like, yeah, I agreed with the sniper, and then I got to the danger shield. Oh, dude.
Oh my god.
Since these Demo Man buffs might bother some engineer mans, I'll go ahead and tell you about the Texans' new toys. The Pumpson now...
If I was an engineer man, I'd be shitting my pants to think that Demo Man now could take down my buildings quickly.
I'd just be scared of what he's going to do to my precious Thompson.
Dude, I can't imagine.
It's engineer now. Oh my god.
Finally, I countered engineer the caper.
Literally, it's a problem that solves itself because he comes in and he destroys your sentry by charging in, and then you can just build another one and not have to worry about the Demo Man again.
No, but he said you get to use the caper faster by respawning, so it's a buff actually.
Yeah. You definitely wouldn't want to be able to, like, you know, pick up a bunch of metal that you might get from destroying a building or something in order to recharge your caber. Why would you want to do that?
Welcome in, Zenith.
Are you testing this in the Grouchland server?
We're just watching the video right now.
We're just watching the video.
I just want to preface by saying that I love Grouch and he's a great guy.
I love Grouch too, but I've roasted Great Blue's weapon takes, so Grouch is not.
It's only fair. Yeah, you're right.
It's you know, this is I don't know Grouch at all, and I certainly don't want this to come off as toxic. So this video is entirely based on the video that I'm seeing. But holy shit, Zenith, the caber. You want to know what the caber changes were?
No, just rewind it. Let him see it.
Let me see. Can I see?
Just let him see it. It was like the last one, right?
Caber changes.
They're the worst changes in this video so far. Is it here?
No more damage nerf. In fact, there's a damage buff. Triple damage to buildings. You heard me. I want to live in a world where Demo Man can charge headfirst into a distracted sentry gun and destroy everything in the vicinity, including himself. This one definitely needs playtesting, but I'm praying to God that it works the way I want
Just
it
wait till you see the downside.
So, all right, finally, Demo Man now has an effective way to deal with buildings. A great change overall. All right. Now, let's see what balancing factor needs to be added to curb the overpowered.
Hilarious to me. The next change might be considered a downside, but really it's just another upside.
This isn't buff, by the way.
Demo
This is an
Man's
upside.
Uberpool Caber deals more damage to himself, enough to guarantee that the Demo Man dies even if he's overhealed. Now, normal, sane people will see this as a downside, but Caber users are not normal, sane people. They don't want to live after they've
So he's
lost
just
their
9/11ing
Caber.
himself.
That's all they've got going
Yeah,
for
and if you
It's the
notice
only
in the
thing they
clip, he's got the booties and the charge and charge with a 50% damage resistance to explosives, and he still dies in one hit.
care about. Dying immediately after using it just means you get to respawn quicker, which means you get your charge replenished faster, which means more cabering.
So, wait, so you have plus damage to buildings and you can kill yourself.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's a buff, right?
You should. I think it would be more epic if you just made like a 10,000 plus damage buff, and so you just insta kill anyone, but you die yourself.
No, but
that would genuinely be better.
This is meant to be for a way for Demo Man to counter buildings, because I mean, right now he struggles.
Yeah, and he doesn't really have an effective way of dealing with buildings.
When you put it that way, it's a lot more uncharitable than just like.
and also, you instantly die if you hit someone. That's a buff, though, because it makes you respawn fast.
You literally kill yourself if you use it.
That's a buff, because you respawn faster than if you didn't.
Look, I don't know what he's cooking here. But
I'm sure this guy is really, really nice and really,
I think he's a good guy.
Dude.
He is.
He's really chill. Guys, download Thunder Jumper.
Anyway, there's one more stat with the Caber, too.
In Caber Town. Also, it gets random crits now. Fuck you. Buff.
No reasoning, by the way.
Based. Okay. Based.
Oh, and you know how the Iron Bomber is like super boring and barely changes anything from the normal grenade launcher? Well, it's the Carpet Bomber now. Buffed. And since these Demo Man buffs might bother some engineer mans, I'll go ahead and tell you about the Texans.
Yeah, no, if I was an engineer man, I would be terrified of the new Caber. I'd be so scared that Demo Man could now insta-kill my buildings.
He's never been able to do that before.
But he dies after, so it's fair. Don't worry.
Yeah, so you can just put down another sentry right after with the ammo box he just left by your destroyed sentry.
This is a good change. It's all buffs in Caber Town, he says.
Oh, buffs.
Oh no. I should have joined.
The Pumpson now fires faster, like the Righteous Bison, but not as fast, and reloads slower. And instead of draining Uber and Cloak, it just drains twice as much Cloak now.
Why?
There's no fucking reason Engineer should be capable of single-handedly destroying an Uber push on his own goddamn sentry. Since spies can get a ton of Cloak from destroyed buildings, this shouldn't be too annoying for spy players, unless...
Fuck you!
What if... Wait, Raw, hold on, I see Raw typing. Raw, get in here for this one change, please. Because, okay...
No, he's got to stay here for the... yeah, Rob.
My immediate thought is, like, what if Engineer hasn't destroyed the buildings, which is the most likely time you're going to be shot? Then there's...
Isn't
wait until Raw hears about the Enforcer changes.
Oh, no.
Isn't the super annoying part the fact
if
that...
if you don't have the Dead Ringer active, it's going to disable it for a couple of seconds. And if you do have the Dead Ringer active... You're gonna get about, 1 millisecond
We're in the watch
of
together
Cloak before the Engineer comes at you with a wrench.
Oh my god!
I think it's about
Which part
that is
You
worthless.
have to see what he does to the Enforcer, Raw.
So, Raw, you joined at a good time because we're on the Engineer changes right now, and he's suggesting that Engineer should be able to counter Spy more efficiently.
Yeah, like he doesn't already. Oh my.
Okay, so check this change out.
Like the Righteous Bison, but not as fast, and reloads slower. And instead of draining Uber and Cloak, it just drains twice as much Cloak now. There is just no fucking reason Engineer should be capable of single-handedly destroying an Uber push on his own goddamn sentry. Since spies can get a ton of Cloak from destroyed buildings,
Did you like that? Seeing that, Raw?
Wait, pause. Wait, does it normally drain that much?
No,
No.
it's double
It normally
from what
drains 20%, and now it drains double, so it drains 40% Cloak.
Why?
One hit.
Why did he? What, for
Because
what
he
reason?
hates
Because it's
you.
epic sauce?
I
Because
see.
he mains
He
heavy.
really
He doesn't like
hates
spies
Spy.
very much.
No, he made Soldier apparently.
My God. Yeah, and Spy gets a lot of ammo from build. That's not how it works.
No,
Bugs
but
are using the Dead
he
Ringer.
does.
Huh?
mean, he does.
No, just keep going.
In which case, if you don't have the dead ringer active, it's gonna disable it for a couple of seconds, and if you do have the dead ringer active, you're gonna get about, 1 millisecond of cloak before the engineer comes at you with his wrench.
Gone.
I think it's about time we saw some dead ringer counterplay from engineer.
Did he just do nothing but increase the cloak drain?
Yeah, that's all he did.
That's all he did.
He made it fire faster.
Oh, it's still dog shit though. It's just
didn't
only
even
to fuck
buff
over
the speed.
spies.
And also he said,
it's
and
literally
like,
Reddit.
quote,
It's like a Reddit rebalance.
finally,
It's just- it
engineer
sucks
has
to
a
fuck
counter
Spy.
to the dead ringer.
Yeah, like it's not just
That's-
turning around and turtling.
Don't you?
That's what engineers really struggle with.
Okay,
It's
time
not
to
a
make
buff
every
at
engineer
all.
main watching this very angry.
Yeah,
The
not
Jag
Uber
is too
pushes
strong.
or
It just
soldiers
is.
or
Everyone
demo men.
uses it, and for good reason. The repair penalty is barely even a penalty due to the increased swing speed. I think the Jag should be great at getting buildings up quick, but bad at keeping them up. So I increased the repair rate penalty from minus 25% to minus 40%.
Oh my god. A subtle, reasonably implemented change. Holy shit.
Just a little number
A
tweak.
base change.
That's
Oh
actually
my
kind of
god.
Also,
a change that actually fixes the problem with the weapon and is a very minor change, but it still keeps it intact.
Wow.
Oh my
But
god.
also
What else did he
you
do?
have a plus 100% damage vulnerability to all types while you have it out.
is that actually
Yeah, this actually lets you
No.
insta-kill enemy buildings now.
We'll use the rescue ranger to repair quickly, so this
We
shouldn't
didn't have
be
enough
too
home
bad,
wreckers.
but I'm really tired of the Jag reigning supreme over all the other wrenches. Nerfed.
honestly base?
Hopefully this change will give
That
other
was that.
wrenches
I
a
think that's the
chance,
best
like
change of the
these
video
That's
so
other
far.
that's easily the
This is
best change in the
decidedly
my
video.
personal
based.
favorite and the one I always
Wait, also,
use. No
does the how fast does the Thompson fire? Is that like gonna insta kill a light class in like
No.
half a second?
I
Fire
mean,
really
no.
fast for a second.
I don't know if it's that fast. It has a built-in firing speed penalty. Maybe he like
The
offsets
repair
it.
penalty is barely even a penalty due to the
Like when he
increased
destroys
swing
the
speed.
destroys
I
the
think the Jag
Oh, that's
should
the
be great at
bison.
getting buildings
Oh,
up
that's the
quick,
bison?
but
I
bad
see,
at
yeah.
keeping them up.
Oh,
So
never
I
mind.
increased the repair one I always
They changed
use.
the projectile.
No spy expects you to pull this thing out, so it's hilarious to smack him in the face with crazy damage and watch him squirm away bleeding. I think it's honestly
I
one
bet
of the
you love
most
this, huh,
underrated
Ra?
weapons in TF2, and
It just
hopefully
insta-kills
with
every
this
single
Jag
spy
change,
on the
that will
map
stop being the
simultaneously.
case. The Southern hospitality remains unchanged.
I see.
So
Why?
now it's time.
Oh, why'd you
fucking
bring it up if
mention
you're
it
not?
then?
Why'd you
Yeah.
talk about it?
why bring it up at all? You just said like, yeah, this wrench is kind of annoying. Unchanged. Like, okay, thanks.
He said
for
it's
wasting my
underrated, unchanged.
The stock pistol unchanged.
time. You have to go through every weapon in the game that you're not changing and put it in here. Okay.
And for us to discuss what, in my opinion, is the most hair-wrenching stat in all of TF2, the Eureka Effect's 20% metal penalty. I hate this stat so much. It is
That's the
so
worst stat in
unforgiving.
TF2?
A medium ammo
It's-
pack used to give you everything you needed for a dispenser,
Yeah,
but not
that's
with the
the worst
Eureka
one.
Effect.
But-
a large ammo pack doesn't even let you fully upgrade your sentry.
You just click two
or
buttons and
dispenser.
then you have all your metal back.
Right, exactly. You don't need to get rid of that. It's counterbalanced by the fact that you get infinite metal.
What is this chicanery? It's so unfun to use, and it throws off your entire engineer rhythm. The taunt teleportation, granted, is awesome, but I never once in my life have used this weapon with a smile on my face, except for during weird ninja-neering shenanigans
You
that
press
only
two
really
buttons
work
and all your
if
metal's
you
back.
don't build a teleporter entrance, which makes your whole team look at you like you're an asshole. And the construction speed boost penalty is fine, but I think a more fun wrench would look something like this.
Oh,
Keep
no.
the cheaper teleporters, keep the taunt teleportation feature, make teleporters two-way, you heard that right.
Dude,
What?
and make
no, that
teleporters
is
build
actually so
50%
fucking
faster.
awful.
This opens up all
Actually, I'm curious. What is wrong with this change? This doesn't seem too bad.
Two-way teleporters.
What if you stand on your teleporter by accident?
That's gonna be crazy.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
God.
Then don't
I
do
was gonna
that.
say
Diaper
for
teleport your
comp,
own
it'll be
team.
like
What,
actually
what if you walk
insane.
off a cliff by accident? Every class should hover.
No, but
Like-
we're already like, you don't know if the engineer is building a teleporter with the urethra effect until it's too late. Because you're like, oh, let me like back up and I'm standing at the teleporter and oh god, I'm back at spawn. Because he had the urethra effect. Like what the fuck?
Why are
It
you
would
just
do a lot of
standing on
trolling.
teleporter exits though? To be fair,
Well, if it's next to a dispenser or some shit.
well, I mean, you can see the arrow, like, and you can see what the engineer's upgrading it with. Maybe if you had made it out of a different model, this would work. Honestly, I don't see the problem with this.
I'm mainly thinking
I
of this
think you
from a
could
comp
also-
perspective, but it would.
Raw,
be kind of
I watched
Okay,
him
I'm-
say that he's buffing the Tribalman Shiv by reducing the damage. I've seen worse. This is honestly fine.
I also think that like spies could take advantage of this way too easily and just like
Yeah,
go
it's a
spawn
risk.
camping.
But
I mean, it would cut down like 10 seconds of travel time on like Koth maps and maybe like 20 on payload, but I don't think I wouldn't personally, if it was two-way, I wouldn't risk taking the teleport to go to spawn because that would put me in the middle of like 5 billion people if I really wanted to.
What about one guy hogging the teleporter both ways? You just have like one scout standing at it, just going back and forth.
That would be so funny.
That's
so funny. I want this added now. I would just do that, like Rancho Relax on the teleporter and just constantly make it used.
No one gets to come through anymore.
Imagine just a Hoobie doing that. He's like, hello, heavy weapon.
Hello.
Hello.
Heavy pisses off the server by literally doing nothing.
You could just hog the teleporter as spy. I guess you could sap it too. You could just hog it as spy and just like not let the other team use it.
Dude, imagine just Cloak and Dagger standing on a two-way teleporter completely invisible and just telefragging people both ways.
That would be so fun. I want this added now. That's so funny. Wait, that would be amazing.
This is the greatest double-edged sword of all time.
That would be so fun. I want to do that. Okay, never mind. We'll just keep going.
Team-oriented teleporter shenanigans, and will ideally make payload and 5CP maps more fun since your old teleporter exit can become your new teleporter entrance. It's clearly the teleporting man's wrench, so it only has one downside. Sentries fire half as fast.
What?
Oh, that's a really bad.
That was useless.
What?
It's useless.
Yeah.
I'm never using the item.
The most overpowered change, two-way teleporters. Yeah, we should make the sentry do half damage. That's fair.
Dude,
half damage and half
the downsides
knockback.
he comes up with items are so intense.
So this is really a
oh my god, that's pathetic.
Oh, that's the same as a level 1, dude.
Dude, imagine this would. Oh my god.
Oh no.
Eureka effect being great with cooperative engineering, giving all the engineers on your team the ability to teleport back to spawn through your two-way teleporters and resupply.
Wait, what would
their
happen
metal
if you
while
like
they
built the
focus on
sentry and then
keeping up
swap back to
I
your
get the
even
vision,
do
but I
things
don't
no engineer
agree.
has ever thought to do, like not placing the teleporter entrance at spawn and instead placing it somewhere
I think the
on
current
the battlefield
version just
itself,
is way better.
essentially allowing your team's heavies to be in two places at once, or having an elevator between high ground and low
If he puts the buff
really
stamp,
happy
that'd
with
be
this
so
design,
awesome.
and
Hey guys, you know what's not fun? Getting slightly less ammo as engineer. You know what's way more fun? Dealing half damage with your fucking sentry.
Yeah, the downside. Just wait till you get to the enforcer. I swear.
I'm
That
so
20
excited.
ammo is really important, man.
Yeah, well, you don't
may not
need
be
sentry
perfect.
damage. Come
I'm
on.
hoping you guys can give it a shot and let me know what works and what doesn't. Alright, now it's spy time, and these changes are my favorite. Remember when I said that a select few weapons in TF2 are legitimately overpowered? Well, my friend, most of them belong to spy.
What?
Diamond, which gets you
I
a
don't
full-
agree.
True.
Look, I'm a kunai.
true.
I'm a kunai dead ringer hater. I do not associate.
It's like two.
Spy is overpowered,
Spy
honestly.
is like the class that has the most amount of balance in his weapons. It's most of the weapons aren't even banned in competitive to that extent.
I would say like Soldier or Demo are up there too, but like, dude, Spy is mostly it's like two problem weapons and that's it.
Yeah, and even those problem weapons aren't like gonna break a game because Spy is
like,
fucking Spy.
Yeah, like the fact that they're on Spy makes them at least somewhat tolerable. But like that's it. That's all you got.
Right, like
Well,
something like
the only
Girardi and
straight up
Mad Milk or the
overpowered-
Wrangler.
I think the only
Please
straight up overpowered spy weapon is Diamondback, and I don't think many people would argue against that.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even then, like the Diamondback still has like it's still more situational because the Latranter exists.
No, Spy
Because
is
you, like-
overpowered because like when he kills you, you don't see him. So it's like
Yeah, that's why we need the
true.
sniper to have the hitman's heat maker.
Exactly, because I don't know when the sniper is. I should know where the spy is too. That's just fair. The spy should have a big round orb around him at all times.
It should just be
Even when
glowing
he's
to the outline.
invisible.
A big team color orb, and when like he's behind you, you see the orb, so you have to turn around. Like you'll know them.
You should
I'll
just
make the
have like
orb
the glowing
make the orb like
effect.
a physical entity, so that way if he tries to backstab you, it just like bumps
It
into you.
pushes him away.
He can't reach you.
That'll make him
One crit
fair.
every time you stab
Spy
someone
has a
or
gun.
sap a building.
True.
You might think of it as similar to the Frontier Justice, but they are actually exact opposites. The Frontier Justice gives you crits when your sentry gets destroyed based on how many kills it had, meaning as an engineer, your damage only goes up immediately after your damage and defenses went down. One goes up, one goes down.
Oh, you mean like when your damage goes down when you use the
Use the
fucking
Eureka.
Eureka effect?
Okay, I'm going to make a divine prediction. He's going to accurately say what the problem with the Diamondback is, and then he's going to suggest something that makes the problem worse. I feel it in my bones. This is gonna happen.
It's going to be way. It's gonna be a more polarizing.
Unnerf
version.
the ambassador. The video's based. Unnerf the ambassador. Video's based.
He's gonna address the problem, say what the problem is,
Diamondback,
give it a minor upside, and then give it a catastrophic downside that instantly ruins it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Let's hear it.
The crits do regular damage.
Yeah, we need to hear
doesn't
this.
fucking do that at all. It increases your damage when their damage gets decreased. You get crits when their heavy gets stabbed, when their sentry goes down. Being an engineer with a destroyed nest already sucks, but being an engineer with a destroyed nest sitting next to a spy with 4 insta-kill
Those
bullets
shots
in his gun
just phase
is
through
much,
him.
That's
much
me.
worse.
That's the what
I'm all
moment.
for snowball weapons that reward you for doing well, but
fucking
look at
revolver
the
aim,
Eyelander
dude.
or the Bizarre Bargain, for instance. These take time to snowball. You have to really
They're still
prioritize survival to
ass.
see any benefits from
Yeah,
these weapons.
snowballing weapons
the
in
Diamondback
general
doesn't
just
even
are
encourage
amazing.
survival. It's like, well, I have all my crits now, I guess it's time to fucking use my ultimate ability by running headfirst into the enemy team, killing 3 random people, and then dying immediately. That isn't the role of a stealth class.
Oh my God, Blue. His name is Communist Ham. You were right.
I was right.
That's just too much damage. So with that in mind, I am proud to introduce you to the Diamond Back-to-Back. It's just like the normal revolver, except it's only got 2 bullets. But if you manage to take someone out with the first bullet, then you've got 1 second of critical hits. Enough time to fire the last bullet.
See what I mean?
What?
Identify the
escape.
problem, give it a moderately good upside, and then give it a catastrophic downside.
You lose 66% of your damage to get fucking 1 crit.
That's fair to me, because think about all of the times you're in the situation where you find 2 enemies that are standing near each other, and one's at low health and the other's at medium health, and you can take them both out perfectly with the damage thresholds of the Diamondback that you couldn't do with any other revolver. I encounter that situation all the time. I don't know about
I don't
you.
like this. This just promotes, like, instead of going for stabs, just shooting with your gun.
What
from
doesn't
anywhere
you have
just
2
to get the
bullets? It doesn't
crit.
promote shooting anyone.
Promotes
You get
waiting
2
5
bullets.
minutes
No,
for this
'cause you
very
want to-
niche situation to appear.
Yeah, because you
promotes
want to, like,
just waiting
finish
the
people
fuck
off with the
around.
gun, and then you get to fucking crit someone immediately.
You get to crit someone once.
1 crit.
Once.
He even said 1 crit there, I thought.
No,
That's-
you won't be able
You
to
could also
chain
just do this
together
by
crits
shooting someone
because
twice with
reload
the
time
stock
is actually a
revolver.
little
You do the
longer
same
than
Or
the
just,
crit
or
time.
just hitting a
The crit
headshot with the
itself will do
ambi.
120 damage. So if you've got a weak player and a semi-weak player in your sights, you
It
can
doesn't even
dispose of them
do
both
much.
in less
It's not
than
that-
a
that
second.
important like this
You know,
right now.
Jesus
James
Christ.
Bond.
I suck
you
at
can't even
spy. You had to
roll.
shoot
Oh my
twice and
God.
reload. This is not about your own.
You don't suck. You hit both
Just
shots.
shot him 1 more time.
Jesus Christ. You can't even kill a
There is not a
sniper.
single damage threshold you can pass except like Kunai Spy with 2 revolver shots,
my
which means you have to
God.
reload at least once in a firefight.
Don't even get the
Assuming
crit.
you hit all your
You
shots.
don't even get the fucking crit.
That's a very
No, he's playing the
very-
long game. He's gonna kill the sniper and then he's gonna get a crit on a
No, the
medic across the
sniper just
map.
resupplied.
No, don't worry, it's a bot. He's not gonna resupply.
In the amount of time that it took him to reload, the sniper got all the way back to spawn on resupply. And if he shoots him twice again, he can resupply again.
On to
At
double
the
taps.
very least,
And
if
you
there
might
was
be
like a
thinking, wait a
significant
minute,
damage
doesn't
buff,
this kind of
maybe.
discourage the spy's enemies from protecting their
Oh
weak
my God.
players since getting
He
crits
only
on
got
them?
that
Okay.
because the sniper happened to get shot at.
And then he got his 1 shot. There was no one in range, so he had to fire at someone random, and of course missed. On the screen, there's perfect evidence of why this change sucks, and we're just supposed to ignore that.
Just wait to this is at least it didn't get nerfed as hard as the enforcer.
Dude, oh my God.
How do you nerf the enforcer?
Weak
He
player might
nerfs
end
the
up getting
enforcer.
double
Just you fucking wait.
Yeah, it does. That's the point. The spy's disguise kit already makes the enemy team not trust their teammates and not want to get near them because they might get backstabbed. And
No, what it makes your team
he's just
do.
searching for someone below 20 health, and he's not finding anyone.
The disguise kit doesn't make your team not trust each other. It makes your team slap you once and then say, okay, you're not a spy. I can trust you now. Like that. It's not like you're sitting there thinking that it's like fucking Among Us or something where everyone could be a spy.
You constantly looking like, are you real? Are you really real?
You hit someone with a fire particle and then you'll immediately know. Or walk into them. Like you don't have
Oh
to.
no.
Oh my God.
Diamond Back-to-Back pushes that concept even further.
Oh my God, someone at
With
20
this
health.
new design,
I feel so
hoping that
alive.
a spy can break the enemy team's psychology.
Here we go, he's going for a
just as
second
well
try
as
on
he
the
can
sniper.
snipe
They're not gonna be
back.
scared of
I
you
have
doing 21 damage across the map.
I'm gonna break the enemy team's psychology. You shot the sniper twice and he's still alive.
This is astonishing.
This is a mastermind at stealth. What will he do next?
Look at these demoralized bots not knowing how to play against this OP
The thing is, like,
weapon.
he's playing this and he knows how fucking shit this feels to play.
Has to know.
Like, he knows, and he's like, I'm gonna keep this.
So, okay, Fish, we mentioned at the beginning, was this guy on a deadline? And the more I see, the more I think, yes, like, this guy was on a deadline, and he knows, and he just had to edit together, because, like, fuck it, we can't afford to spend more time on this.
Deadline
Was there a
would it be?
sponsor?
No, there was no sponsor.
think so.
Sponsor, but
The only explanation for why this is the case is because he's on a deadline.
it
there's no
feels
way he
so
just-
first draft.
Yeah, like, that's what I'm
It
saying.
does.
It feels like he didn't
Like
have
literally
time
the
to
first
revise
idea
it.
that came into your head.
Dude,
I mean,
I love his
r/TF2 has
videos.
had
They're
worse.
normally so like well scripted and well thought out, but this just doesn't feel it,
Oh my
man.
god.
Absolutely adore the idea for this item, but I can totally see it being broken in practice. So you guys will have to try it out and let me know. Nerfed. Alright, moving on to Spy's other broken weapon, the
The
Conniver's
Sandman
Kunai.
got off easy.
Here's how the old
Nice.
version worked.
What they do? Wait,
did
what they do to the Sandman?
I don't think they did anything to the Sandman. I'm just saying,
Oh.
like, the actual real Sandman.
Yeah,
had
if you ever
easier
thought
than any
Valve
of them.
nerfed the Sandman too hard, we have not seen what the community can do to weapons they mildly
God.
dislike.
The
Hire this man
Sandman
at
got
Valve immediately.
nerfed less hard than the Caber's buff.
God.
Oh god, that's so sad.
No, but you respawn fast. Maybe the Sandman is actually a buff because you get your
If
ball
you
back
launch
faster
your
if you have to
die
respawn.
faster.
yourself so you can respawn and launch another ball.
See, you're not looking at things from a positive perspective, man.
We should
Oh
invite him
my
onto the
God, I'm gonna
podcast to
lose it.
explain himself.
Dude,
we
no.
gotta
That's
let him
toxic.
explain yourself, you fuck.
No,
Yeah.
and like, well, look, I'll be like the devil's advocate guy, and I'll be like on his side,
Yeah,
Julio.
good luck, man.
so he doesn't feel like an ambush, you know?
After what you've seen.
Yeah, Zenith, you should be the devil's advocate. You should explain why the demo man needs to be able to take down buildings faster with his melee.
I think it's kind of overpowered, but you know, like, I want to hear his point of view, you know?
Okay,
Yeah.
Zenith, when we get to the Enforcer, I want you to play devil's advocate for that weapon.
Okay, I will.
I want you
Yeah,
to play.
you
I
should-
want you to genuinely try
Let's see
to.
how
you should
indefensible this
explain
is.
why it's good.
Didn't work, rather. You sneak around with low health until you get a backstab,
kunai
and upon a
changes?
Fails on the
successful
bot.
backstab, immediately gain a ton of health to help you escape. The problem here is that, and this may come as a surprise to you, Spy can go invisible, so avoiding taking
That
damage
is not the
before a
problem.
What?
backstab
No, that's not
is
the problem with the
actually
kunai
not
at
that
all.
hard, almost inevitable for any half-decent Spy player. The health gain on a backstab, however, is incredibly useful, significantly protecting the Spy after getting a kill, especially when used in combination with the Dead Ringer. The weapon's downside does not have as big of an impact as its upside. By definition,
I feel like
wep-
both Jonto and Raw have like disproven this narrative.
In what
Already.
case? Which ones?
Like with the 70 health nerf isn't a big deal at all.
Dude,
and,
this
oh,
video
the health
has to
is
be a
so
troll.
Never
great.
noticed it.
He
I
even said...
Fish, I'm actually working on a Conniver's Kunai video because Jonto's reworks pissed me off. So I've been collecting clips of me just like dying because of 70 health, and it does happen a lot more than you think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this video has to be a
right?
troll. He
Please,
just said the
please.
kunai's downsides don't matter while there was a video of him on the screen getting one shot by a demo man.
I just
Yeah.
really want you to weigh those clips against how many times you just absolutely should have died.
Okay.
And then
No, yeah, I know. Like
This is not a
yin and yang,
kunai
it's
debate.
the-
This guy thinks the kunai should be
ding,
nerfed, and we are going to see how he's going to fix it.
making it unbalanced. And here's another shocking revelation. Spy
Wait,
is
look,
not
place your
tank,
bets in. Place your
giving
bets
him
in. What do
that
you think he's gonna do?
I think
I
he's
already
going to
know.
make it way more polarized. He's going to lower the base health and then jack up exactly how much overheal you get from a backstab.
He's gonna like just times 1,000 server it where you get like 1,000 health.
Yes.
Maybe,
One
maybe
health
he's
for
just a
10
really
seconds
big
No, but
Yeah,
his
2 times
complaint
10
is the health
player.
you get is good. So maybe it lowers the
Zenith,
overheal. It gives you
Zenith,
a little more health.
We have been watching this video for 25 minutes, and I can tell you right now the complaints he gives have nothing to do with how he rebalances it.
No, I believe in my man Grouch. I believe in him.
Okay, all right.
health pool of
let's
a
see.
pyro or demo man anytime he's in danger distances him from his core design mechanic of stealth. Because who needs stealth when you can take 2 rockets
Maybe like
to
an
the
increased
face like they're
cloak.
stale Cheetos?
what I was gonna
And to
say.
top it all off, we already have a knife that helps Spy escape after backstabs, the Big Earner, which is more interesting,
not-
more fun to play against, and more fun to use. So what did I do about the kunai? Well, I might have actually made it worse. Please do not hate me for this.
Oh boy.
Turned it into a
gonna-
throwing knife. just hear me out.
Oh my
This
god.
is already one of the most
Please.
underused weapons of the game, right?
No.
So I'm willing to
Ranged
get
insta-kill on the
experimental
class that
and try
can
out
be
this
anywhere.
No, 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 no. I've heard this so many
No.
fucking times.
No.
No, please, God, no.
What if Spike could throw his knife? That would be
What if he
fun.
There's a
threw his
reason
kunai
Scout
like
got
he
the
was
knife you can
Naruto?
throw.
What if he was like Naruto and he threw his kunai? It's like Naruto.
Like my anime.
Okay,
Wait, I want to hear
Let's
this.
hear him out. Let's hear him out. Let's
I
hear
want to
him
hear him
out.
out.
potentially crazy overpowered design. I think it'll work, but I could see it totally blowing up in our face. It's just a little more melee range. That's it, right? You've still only got 70 health with no health regen, plus it deploys a little slower too.
Look at the at the
Wait.
stab range.
Wait, you don't even throw it. You just have a longer range. You just have Islander range. Is that
So you
it?
have
Yeah, you just have
longer range, okay.
Highlander
That's
range.
not. That is
Just
not
look at-
Islander
so
range. This is
dog shit.
absurd.
That's not even. That's so dog shit.
That's
It's just
awful.
a little more melee
he'll
range.
still
That's
insta-die,
it, right?
okay.
You've still only got 70 health with no health regen, plus it deploys.
I mean, I guess that's the range of it. Like,
That's
sure.
All right, Zenith.
so
You
bad.
said you're on the defensive here. Why is this actually good?
We said the enforcer, all right? Not everything.
I want to see him. Believe it or not, the enforcer got more nerfed than the kunai.
Always a little
Okay, well, to
slower,
be
too.
fair, I don't fucking know.
It could be balanced.
I don't get
right?
this at
I
all.
need to
maybe-
see you
who the
defend
hell
the
knows?
enforcer, dude.
Nothing
Why
like
is this
has really
needed? Like,
been
this does
tried
nothing
before
to the
for Spy.
spy. Like,
But
No,
it
this
just
is
doesn't do
genuinely
anything
awful.
for him.
Wait, let's hear him out. Hear him out.
Remember all those cool throwing knife designs on the
What
Steam
the
Workshop?
fuck?
Didn't you
You could
ever
just
wonder
jump and
what
get the
could have
sniper.
been? The kunai already looks like a throwing knife. I just took it a step further and
You
actually
would have
made
just
it
hit
one.
that with a
I'll
normal
be
knife.
honest, the rest
you
of the balance
couldn't have.
changes I've made in this
Yeah,
are,
could.
you know,
It's close
based
enough.
on logic, based on experience, based on good design.
All of the other changes that I made are based on logic, like Demo Man being able to take down buildings faster at the caber, and also
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
yeah.
I have a fucking headache right now.
You know, based on logic, based on experience, based on good design principles. But this one, I just kind of vibed out. I'm sorry if it sucks. We can always change it later if we need to.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oh my god.
God.
I've been waiting for this.
Ooh, okay.
Nerfed, I hope. All right, time to get back
Oh,
to the
you
realm of
nerfed it
reality.
already. Oh, no,
the
dude.
enforcer is
All
pointless,
right.
and it's
God.
not going to be
Oh,
changed.
You see
Lord.
something
Forget
wrong?
everything you know about the enforcer.
Oh no.
I'd like to introduce you to Le Executor. You'll
It's
never
gonna do like
guess what
500
that's
damage in
French
a
for.
hit, isn't it?
With this thing, you've got one bullet per clip, less damage, less reserve ammo, and 2 times slower reload speed. Pretty good so far, huh?
He just dies.
It only has one upside too. On hit, bleed for 8 seconds. That's 60
Oh my
Wait, it
god.
does 7
way less DPS than
damage?
the normal
8 seconds
Oh
of
my
bleed.
It has
God.
one bullet, less reserve ammo. It reloads 2 times slower. It does 7 damage on hit, but you get to do Tribalman Shiv bleed damage when you shoot.
How do you make the enforcer worse than the
Oh
tribalman
my
shame?
All right, Zenith, here we
God.
go.
You get to
Try
defend
to
this.
convince me this is good.
Okay, well, yeah. To be fair, bleed is pretty annoying. So it's like okay. Think of it as like
Yeah.
as like a scorch shot, but like less annoying. You know, you got the lingering effect.
Oh, but
for a
wait,
little
I thought you
bit.
said speed was annoying.
No, a scorch shot. It's like afterburn's annoying, right? So what you do, like when you're fighting a scout, if you just scorch shot him once, he has to run for an ammo pack. So maybe this is like the anti-scout weapon, or anti-sniper weapon, where you can shoot him, and then like their aim is jilted and they have to run for an
So-
health pack.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Why wouldn't
I
you just
have
shoot the
another
sniper with, like,
I
the
have
blaster?
another idea for an anti-sniper
It's too
weapon.
hard.
It's called the revolver, where you can shoot multiple times, more than once, and they do more
Now-
than 7 damage.
Now let
Well,
me
what
tell
if
you
you
this.
missed the other
There's
ones?
this wonderful
What
little
if
revolver
you
called
miss
the
this one? Then you have
Enforcer.
to
Well,
reload
that's
for
not what
like
we're
double the
talking about. We're
time.
talking about if you hit the first shot, and then
Hey,
you have to
there-
reload.
There's this really awesome revolver in the game called the Enforcer, where if you shoot the sniper while you're disguised, you do extra damage to him, and then if you shoot him again,
No,
he dies.
no. But yeah, that's overpowered. That's why we're nerfing
Okay,
it.
well, Zenith, riddle me this. So with this rework, if you shoot them once and then wait 8 seconds, you can do the same amount of damage as a normal revolver shot. Now, why wouldn't you just hit a normal revolver shot with 5 more in the reserve?
I think that part of it's just the mentality of getting the bleed damage. Because when you
Oh no, I
be
agree.
honest with me,
Psychological
yes, when you get the
warfare.
lingering effect,
Look at
it's
that
like
back.
it's like a different feeling than when you just take all the burst damage at once. Like if I was dying to afterburn, if I had like 100 health and then I took 50 health damage and I died to like 50 damage of afterburn, rather than like getting headshot by a sniper, I feel the effect of the afterburn a lot more because it was a much slower, painful death. So I think that's what he's going for. He's going for like the mind game, you know?
Okay,
I think it's
this
very
is
good
a
that
pretty
you're
good
not a lawyer,
rework.
Zenith.
I'm convinced.
So
Exactly.
Zenith,
Say
yeah, I have a I have a counter argument. So when you shoot someone and you wait 8 seconds for them to take 64 damage, in that amount of time you could shoot 8 more revolver rounds that also do 60 damage. You want to know what's an even better feeling than killing someone with damage over time? Killing someone at all.
Actually,
So-
getting a kill is
Yeah, actually
pretty
getting
important.
kills.
So
Those are pretty
You make a
cool. I
fair
like when the
point,
sniper's
but-
not alive to shoot my team, rather than kind of feeling depressed because he's bleeding.
until he stands by a dispenser or a medic or a heavy with a sandwich.
You know,
or
I just
Or
think that-
literally any health pack.
I just think it's it's so lame that you liberal spy mains nowadays just think, oh, I could just
God.
shoot my gun and get these kills. Like back in my day, I had to work hard for my kills. Okay, and this is bringing us back to our roots of bleed for 8 seconds and 7 damage shot.
Back
in my day.
Part of Spy's kit, making someone bleed for 8
This
seconds.
is the
as we all
equivalent of
know.
like scratching your finger on like a box or something. You take 7 damage and bleed like this. Oh my god, this is unholy.
I think that you liberals
can't
are too
fucking
privileged
believe-
and you guys deserve less.
This is as far as I made it into the video. I have
Oh,
not
so
seen
we're
past this
in
point. So
uncharted
maybe it gets even
territory.
worse. Maybe yeah.
Like,
Oh
I
my
just
God.
made
You
a
might
video
be
about the fucking
thinking that
cleaver.
it'd
It's just
be
like, how
impossible to get
overpowered does he
any
think that
meaningful
weapon
kills
is?
with this thing, and you know, you probably
Bruh, I
want to
hear Spy Main's perspective. Would you
Wait,
use
no,
this,
hold on. I
would
want to
you
hear
use
his
this in
reasoning.
Blizzard?
Everyone be quiet for a minute. I just want to hear what his reasoning for this is.
for 8 seconds. That's 64 damage, way less DPS than the normal revolver. You might be thinking that it'd be impossible to get any meaningful kills with this thing, and you know, you'd probably be right. But maybe you don't need to. Hit a sniper with this bullet, and he'll bleed for 8 seconds.
See?
Oh my
See?
god, wait, Zenith is actually cracked.
See?
Holy shit.
That's true. You know,
Zenith is right.
If only Spy had a more effective way of dealing with snipers.
If only Spy could counter sniper. Oh, what a
only-
blessing
Oh
this
my
one is.
God.
Spy had a specific item in his melee slot that could just insta kill his sniper.
No, you don't
No,
understand.
yes,
This counters the
that's a
Razorback. No, no, no.
because he
Zenith is right.
respawns quicker.
Well, if only Sniper had other options that could two-shot a sniper. If only he had 3 separate options capable of two-shotting a
No,
sniper.
no, you're missing the point.
yeah, no, I think Zenith is right. This is actually a buff to snipers because he
Yeah,
respawns
I'm losing
faster
the
if he
plot.
dies faster.
I'm
Yeah, if
losing
he
the plot,
dies,
Zenith.
he
You gotta
respawns
you gotta
quicker.
ring
Oh
me
my
back
god,
in.
you're right. He respawns faster. He gets to use his
Taking up
caber
to
again.
64 damage if he doesn't find a health pack. Yeah, that's less damage.
All right,
than
Rasa,
shooting
what
him
do you
with the
think?
normal
Is a
revolver.
Spy Main?
You know, I think Zenith's right. I think this is the most overpowered gun in the game. Honestly, this could be
Seriously.
meta breaking.
Yeah.
Because as a spy, you're always disguised anyway. So you just get the extra damage buff for free. It's like, what the fuck, man? That's not cool.
That's broken. Like,
Yeah,
this
actually,
makes
I'm
it much
against
more
this change
balanced.
not because it's underpowered, because it's overpowered. Like,
and you
I
could
think this
break
could
your
be game
Wrangler's
changing.
shield with it. Like that's
Oh my god, you can make the
lame
sentries
as fuck.
bleed. You just give them
Yeah.
laceration on the metallic
Oh,
internal
yeah.
organs. That's
It
so
leaks
crazy.
oil. Yeah, no, like
you
like
guys are
Zenith
getting
said,
it.
you know, when I'm bleeding, I feel slightly to moderately inconvenienced compared to when I take damage, in which case I never
And
feel
that's
that
the
way.
worst
so
feeling.
True. Have you
I-
guys ever
this is
gotten
too
like internal
overpowered.
bleeding? Have you guys ever like swallowed glass before? Like it doesn't feel that good.
Yeah, have
So,
you guys ever
like,
eaten
that's
glass
really-
shards before? So relatable.
I think
Dude,
I would
I'm-
rather eat glass shards than have this rework be put into the game. So
really
I
just emulates the
genuinely
internal bleeding.
cannot
I would
This
like
is
this rework. I think it's a good
damage.
rework.
The sniper will be
It's
bleeding for
worse
8
than the
seconds,
Tribal Shiv.
which means flinching for 8 seconds.
Oh
Are
boy.
you starting to get the picture?
Yeah.
You want to know what's even better
good.
than making a sniper mildly inconvenienced for 8 seconds? Making him unable to attack while he is in the respawn queue because your gun does damage enough to kill him.
No, this is the equivalent of spamming the scorch shot down like a hallway. It's just like being an
Except the
inconvenience.
score shot actually kills things.
Yeah,
Scorch shot
the
actually
scorch
does
shot
more than
does
7
No, but
damage
like
per hit.
effectively,
And it can also stun
effectively, it's the
people.
same thing. It's just like
Zenith,
shot,
oh, I'm
Zenith.
being
Get hit by
slightly
the double
annoying.
Player can one shot a
This-
light class.
If you shot, this does 7 damage. You would have to shoot someone 3 times with 1 bullet in the chamber each to do the same damage as 1 scorch shot flare without
Yeah,
the bounce.
Oh no,
Yeah, but
blue.
it's
This
still,
does
it's just
3
the
damage.
It's the
bleed
principle
that does
of the
7.
lingering effect.
Oh, okay.
You
This
know?
does 3 damage. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, did you see the teleporter get 2 damage? That's 2 damage base, so 3 damage max ramp up.
Dear God,
God.
that is.
It gets even worse. Don't worry.
I think you guys
How
are.
powerful
Already
does this
has
guy
the
think
ability to
bleed
disable
is?
That's true. Every
Legitimately
single
easier to
weapon.
kill with a short
Every
stun.
single weapon with bleed, he's nerfed. I guess this guy thinks that if you start bleeding, this is like just the fucking medieval ages where you're gonna get an infection and die.
You know what? I kind of agree. Bleed is the most annoying thing in this game.
Remain unchanged.
Yeah,
Wait,
and he even
Boston Basher then?
nothing, but he did bring up the Southern Hospitality just to say he's not changing it for some reason. So
yeah, that was weird.
And he also nerfed the tribal. Well, no, he considers it a buff, but he nerfed the Tribalman Shiv by making it do less damage on hit and bleed for longer. So you get the same damage, it just takes longer to do it.
You know, I'm beginning to see a pattern here. Maybe this is just like one big elaborate ARG. Like this is the blood ARG. Or
I
something.
seriously think this is a troll. Like this is a Red Cross ARG.
No, Grouch don't troll like that. Grouch is like
he's sponsored by like the American Blood Donor Association.
It's just insane. Like again, how powerful must he think the cleaver is?
He died to it one too many times.
This guy probably thinks the cleaver is super OP. He's like the best weapon in the game because it bleeds you and does 50 damage on hit.
The cleaver should only do 7 damage on bleed or on hit plus bleed.
Yeah, I think.
Well, then to be fair, it should reload a lot quicker too.
Yeah.
So I think that the recharge time
the
makes up for the 50 damage because the revolver's reload is so quick.
Yeah, because he he made it way fucking slower.
It reloads slower.
It's like that. It's like, you know, in the TF2 times a million servers where you get the nuke and then you just shoot it once and then it nukes the whole server. It's like that, but it does 7 damage and bleeds you.
No, it does the same damage as the nuke, but it takes a minute for you to fully bleed. What if you get a health pack? I don't know. I guess
no.
Fine.
I agree with this change.
Okay.
I'm standing my ground.
Oh my god.
For 10 seconds with the dry,
unironically though, this does make it
now
Spy's
the
best long-range
executor
weapon.
Turns the tables.
But like
Exactly.
Spy famously known for his long-range warfare.
No, Raw, because what if he's using the Diamondback and he also happens to find a low health enemy to shoot you with once?
Oh, true.
Oh yeah,
he finds a 21 health scout and then shoots a sniper. That's
yeah,
true.
then
you can
then
kill
that's
him. Then you can not kill him extra hard.
I'm just thinking about like if you're fighting a scout and you hit him once with this, even though you only have 1 shot, but if you hit him once with this, like he's gonna retreat. Like he's not gonna stay in the fight.
Oh, he's so scared about that 64 damage.
No, the bleed's like damaging psychologically. The bleed's like it changes you, man.
You have to shoot him 5 more times to
okay,
even kill him at that point.
let's say that I'm using the stock revolver and I shoot the scout once. He's gonna be at half health though, like
instantly instead of after like 8 seconds.
Yeah.
No, but it's a different like feeling.
Do you know how long a fight with a scout?
You gotta play for the feel. You play for the feel.
Counter argument though, if I shoot the scout once and he's at half health, then I can shoot him again and kill him. Why would I want him to retreat if I can just get the kill?
What if you miss all your other shots and just not the first one?
Ass. What if you miss these?
If we're talking hypotheticals here, we gotta go the most extreme examples.
Zenith, what if you miss a shot with this? Then you take like 5 years to reload. Like,
then you lose the fight. I don't know. Fucking.
What if you had a
talking about?
What if you had a tiny little perfect copy of the scout? Would you shoot him with this enforcer?
Yeah, and hypothetically, the world ends tomorrow. Okay.
Anyways, we need to get back to like watching this masterpiece.
Disable snipers.
Please God.
aim for 8 whole seconds. But don't worry, snipers. You can always equip the cozy camper to avoid flinching.
Those bot snipers are struggling.
Buffed.
How complete Sure, pal.
Oh my god.
Okay, well, I can't agree with that. I don't think it's a buff.
All right,
You
so
talk
the
about
scorch
Spy
shot.
without discussing pyro. And what would a
This is
pyro
new.
discussion
All
be
right,
if we
Nerf,
didn't
remove
bring up
air
everybody's
blast.
favorite flamethrower, the Phlogistinator? This weapon is going to be unchanged because I don't think the Phlogistinator is the guilty party here.
It's air blast. It's air blast.
Okay, well, I know this guy's gonna say it's the
this is
scorch
obviously
shot.
leading for the scorch shot.
Yeah.
This guy's saying the scorch shot, but no, I think the Phlogistinator is actually annoying. Like, I've never agreed,
Oh, it's
even though it's
annoying.
not technically overpowered. Like, if you're nerfing the annoying weapons, this is a fantastic time to do it. Just, I don't know. I
Okay,
can't
in
agree with
fairness,
this at
the
all.
blog has been just one of the biggest problem childs on our own rebalance.
Just if
server. It is
existing
so
has been a problem.
fucking-
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
so
Log
fucking
Loggers are
hard to get
also
right.
actually fucking terrible.
I'd say it's a
insane.
noob trap, but it's so good on some maps, just like in general.
It's
Or
really
with an
hard to
Uber.
fight against. Like, Zenith, the timer comment that you made about Pyro, where it feels like you're just fighting on a timer because Pyro can't miss. That's like 3 times with the
Yeah,
crits.
yeah, no, I agree.
yeah.
I think especially like Uber Flog and like Dust Bowl is really annoying, but then you can just say Dust Bowl's a bad map. So
Well, yeah, that's
Uber
obvious.
in general.
But it's overpowered on other maps too. So
Yeah,
Yeah, I just-
fucking Flog Uber is just good on any single map. Like there's
Yeah,
just
Flog
it's just a
Uber.
free push.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't
Unless
even
you
take
have
any
air
skill
blast,
to
which
use
is
either.
cringe.
Like at least demo Ubers, you have to actually.
If I were to
aim and
rebalance the flog,
prioritize.
I'd probably make it so the user can't be like Uber charged by.
We
like,
tried that. Apparently that didn't work or something. I don't know what the deal with that was.
I mean,
Oh.
I just nerf it to be like mini
Oh.
crits or actually take more things to.
Again, we've gone through a lot of
Ooh,
changes.
what if you marked the pyro for death
crits and
when you had the crits?
Well, that
That's
wouldn't
already
solve
a
the
glass
Uber
cannon.
problem because then you're invincible.
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, I guess you're right.
Anyway, sorry. The scorch shell. Let's see
Flog
what he says
is
about
the
this.
fall guy. The real culprit is the scorch shot. This thing sucks to play against. All a pyro has to do is aim in the general direction of the enemy team and level.
God, that's so many people on fire.
His flog
Yeah.
meter will now
Yeah,
be
it's bots.
filled up and ready to go. No more, I say. I'm gonna totally turn this thing upside down. Meet the new scorch shot, or as I call it, the firefly.
That's
Wait,
okay.
nothing.
okay.
I know
Then
it looks
no.
like total.
No.
Finally, finally,
this
a
is
weapon that
a-
doesn't require you just to look in the direction of the enemy team and spam.
No.
Oh my god, the problem is solved.
what have you done?
You're
You
trolling.
lost Zenith, and he's playing. Zenith is playing devil's advocate, and he's already out.
No,
Dude.
that's a troll. There's no shot. That's real.
This has to be. I'm sorry. This has to be a troll video. I refuse to
Literally,
believe this is made in all
literally.
seriousness.
Literally, get rid of the
He
stun. That's all
literally
you have to do.
just said the problem is when you look in the direction and spam, and then this is what he comes up with to fix
This
it. What
is
the
the
hell?
solution.
But they do bleed damage instead of fire damage now, so.
Oh, yeah,
dude.
okay. That makes it better.
Imagine if the spell did afterbird and bleed at the same time.
Oh my god.
Oh no,
I
bro.
I
He
wonder.
does say that it looks bad.
I
so maybe
guarantee
that's
you
the
that's
thing.
going to be one of his changes. What if he does that to the volcano fragment where he says, "Oh, let's make it do bleed instead of afterburn"? It's fixed.
No, dude, stack bleed
Finally,
and
pyro can
afterbird,
do
that might
damage
actually
over
be
time.
Good.
Oh my god.
I mean, you
Bullshit,
stack
but
bleed and
promise
afterbirn
it's
together, that
not
might actually do
bad.
something.
These
I
flares
promise
barely
it's
do
not that
any
bad.
damage. It's all just in the afterburn. And look at them. They don't move very fast at all either. And good luck
You're not
trying to
dodging
actually
that
aim
shit.
the
You're not
damn thing.
consciously
They
just-
go
gonna
all
you
over
dodge
the
just-
that.
Spam that down to choke point.
Welcome
That's
to Toho,
brainless.
bitch. Like,
Yeah, let me just activate my matrix powers and dodge every single one of those
Kill
because it's moving
Stan's
so
boss
slow.
fight. Oh my god.
you turned TF2 into a bullet hell. Look, these are easy to dodge.
And there's not even any Yuri in
dodge,
this
idiot.
one. What the fuck?
You shouldn't have gotten a hit. It's your fault, really.
I mean, yeah, it's kind of a skill issue. You get hit, too.
Pattern.
This is literally. Oh my god, this is literally my Kill Hill map turned into a weapon.
Finally.
I think it would be
Should've
fair if all
memorized
these
the
did
shot
7
patterns.
damage.
They needed to do something.
And they did bleed instead of afterbird.
Point of this weapon is to let Pyro do what the Scorch Shot was already making the Pyro do, which is to just aim in the general direction of the enemy team and hold down left
Wasn't that
click.
the problem?
What
So
you said?
Didn't
You said
fix
that's why the
problem. He
weapon's
said that's the
unfair.
problem.
Wasn't that the problem? Am I missing something? I'm sorry, man.
Well,
I
yeah, he
can't
just
defend
made
that.
it aiming down a choke point and getting 3 damage.
I'm on drugs right now.
What is this, dude?
Yeah, the enforcer needs to do 7 damage while Pyro gets this.
Oh my
on
god.
This is
With
the
a
nerf.
fire
spy,
result,
right?
This is the
Armageddon
nerf.
fire on big groups of enemies to cause maximum chaos from a distance. It's not actually gonna kill anybody. Imagine
Wait, but the enforcer is really good because you can do damage over time.
You
But
can do bleed
this
damage.
is fire, not bleed. To be fair, this is much different.
True, being set on fire isn't nearly as psychologically damaging as
Yeah, man.
Afterbird is
internally.
useless. Bleed
I've been set
damage
on
on the
fire
other
before,
hand.
and bleeding hurts a lot more, to be honest.
My brain is not. I'm gone. My brain is gone, dude. I
It's
can't.
not actually going to
I mean,
kill
okay.
anyone. Oh my
Okay,
god, though. Like, look how much
Let's
damage
do
you're
it.
doing.
Would you rather? Would you rather be lit on fire or bleed to death? Like, which one would you? I'd
Lit
rather
on
be on fire.
100%.
No, I'd rather
bleed
bleed
fire.
to death because if you bleed to death, if you lose all your blood, you just slowly pass out versus fire, which is complete agony.
No,
until
I'd
you
rather be on
die.
fire because then I won't die. Duh.
Actually, no, that's true because the bleed makes me psychologically impaired. I don't know, dude.
Yeah, no, let's think about it for a second. How many movies have you seen where someone bleeds out to death?
Yeah,
Okay,
none.
we need to focus on the weapon.
Sorry.
raining down Armageddon on an enemy push while a couple Huo long heater heavies sit
Oh, wait, so
behind
they're
you
not-
ready to
don't they
pick off
explode?
anybody hit by the flares.
I
imagine
guess they're
just
not
shooting
exploding.
a couple of these bad boys into a room,
Oh, so
running
maybe it
in
is
with the
fair.
extinguisher, and just praying to God that one of them hits something.
Pray.
These new flares, or fireflies, are really just an inconvenient distraction. They're not hard to
Like the
dodge
squirt
at all
shot.
if you're paying attention to
They're
them.
not hard to dodge. Go back. Please go back.
In the afterburner.
It's really not that hard to
They're really
dodge.
very fast at
Just
all the-
dodge.
It's not that hard to
Good luck
dodge.
trying
Just
to
dodge
actually
how
aim
better.
the damn
Yeah,
thing.
you-
I go
you-
all over the
bad.
place. The
You dumbass, just stop time and move out of the way. What's the problem?
Yeah, no,
Dude,
no.
hit some
Use your
hard hitter,
iframes,
heavy sit
dude,
behind
come
you,
on.
ready to
Just
pick off
tank it.
anybody hit by
My
the flare.
fire
See the
Gatling
pattern.
Imagine
gun.
just shooting a couple of these bad boys into a room, running in with the extinguisher.
Imagine spamming this down a choke point. That's what he's saying. Like,
You mean what the scorch shot already does?
finally, the scorch shot is fixed.
Finally, the scorch
Instead
shot
of
got better.
brainlessly
Just praying to
spamming it down
God
a
that one of
choke
them
point,
hits
you can now
something.
brainlessly
These
spam
new
it down a choke
flares,
point.
or fireflies, are really just an inconvenient distraction. They're not hard to dodge at all if you're paying attention to them, but you do have to pay attention to them.
Well, okay,
Just
to
pay
be fair,
attention,
to be
guys.
fair,
Still manage to be less annoying than the old scorch shot. Maybe that makes me look like an idiot, but I don't care.
okay,
Nerfed.
to be
And
fair,
remember,
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
when you're spamming with this scorch shot, you have to be in the line of sight. So hypothetically, a sniper would be able to more easily kill this pyro than the one just corner peeking and
Oh,
shooting
yeah,
flares.
Well,
because-
no, because the enforcer exists and it makes sniper useless.
Oh shit! Yeah, if he's bleeding, then it's impossible.
Well, no,
Yeah,
no,
fuck.
because the sniper can dodge the enforcer because the danger shield gives him a Mach 3 jump that he can crawl around the map with and basically fly.
Is that actually a thing that he suggested?
Yeah,
Yes.
Just like
Oh.
a higher than double jump fucking.
And bonus movement speed for free. So actually, sniper can't even get hit by the enforcer.
He's like a mini
Wait, can we go
scout.
back to the Darwin's shield part? What the
Yeah,
fuck?
hold
That
on.
sounds
Okay,
actually
we're at
terrible.
2857.
It gives you like better mobility than scout.
Yes.
Why?
Just, like, for
On
equipping.
Because it's
this
awesome.
danger shield.
Fish and
True,
I
I
about
forgot to-
lost it when we first saw him messing around with this.
Oh god, there it is.
who cares? Instead of just giving some bland damage resistance to counter one random class in
Behold.
the game, I'm reinventing this item into what I call
Holy
the
fuck.
force
Good luck
Shit.
trying to hit this
It'll
guy.
protect you from danger, sure, but not by
Holy
passively
mother of
shielding you
fuck.
from one random class in the game. Instead, this thing gives you
Look at
increased
that.
move speed, massively increased jump height, and 25 less.
You know, the
max
class
health.
with low mobility
Remember
who's
what I
supposed to
said
be
about
weak in
wanting
close
Sniper to
range.
reposition more?
That guy,
Gives
wait,
him
I just
casually gives Sniper
noticed
the best ability in the
split
game.
second that guy got a headshot, he rage quit the game.
Understandable.
I would too if I had to fight that. What the hell?
You do that and then some. You can reposition yourself right in front of
What
some
were you
dude's
cooking,
face
bro?
and lodge an
Is he
arrow
actually
into
moving
it.
faster than
Or
Scout?
some
Oh,
dude jump
nice
back and-
shot.
Not faster
You
than Scout at all.
you can instantly reposition yourself right in front of some dude's face. Like that's the problem. I even told
Yes.
Fish if I was playing Scout and I flanked a sniper and got up in his face and he just jumped away at Mach 5 and
moon jumps.
quickscoped me, I would kill myself. I would leave.
He just moon jumps away, dude. He's a game shark.
Like I'm already saying that I don't like it when I'm playing like soldier or something, and then I shoot a rocket at a sniper, he surfs away from it. Imagine like a super surf with a jump like that.
Oh my god.
You just get sent to the
How did
fucking
he
stratosphere
genuinely
and
think this
quick-throw me
was-
from
I
Mars.
don't
Fucking
know.
awesome. I want to play with this. Can we go on Grouchland and play like this, dude?
We
We
just
gotta
need
go
to,
test
Oh
this.
my god, we just need to abuse the shit out of all the weapons. We need to
We
prove
gotta
why they're a
abuse
bad
the
idea.
overpowered enforcer.
We need to abuse the enforcer. We need to make the sniper bleed for 8 seconds.
The enforcer.
If we
can't
get,
jump around
if
if
we
he's
get a
bleeding.
12, if we get 12 spies to all shoot a sniper at once, we might be able to kill him.
Oh hell yeah!
Why don't
Oh,
they
the bleed will
bleed?
stack.
Bleed doesn't stack, so you
Bleed
only get
does
10
stack,
seconds
bleed
still.
does stack.
But
Yeah, bleed stacks from different sources. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, so yeah, we could kill a kunai spy maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we do it.
no,
an
he'll
instant,
telepathically kill you anyway.
Yeah, he'll kill you with his
24
extra range. Sorry.
If it totally sucks, we can always just change it. This next one, though, I'm pretty confident in. The sharpened
let it
volcano
bleed.
fragment.
Please
let
This
it
is,
bleed.
and I've thought this for like 11 years, the coolest
Laugh
looking
so
weapon
hard
in
if it's
Team Fortress
bleed.
2.
I-
Which sucks,
I'm gonna
because it is
lose
by
it.
far
I
the
hope it's
stupidest
bleed.
fucking weapon in Team Fortress 2. The volcano fragment ignites enemies on hit, which is pretty sick, until you think about the fact that the pyro has a fucking flamethrower.
Right, just like how Demo Man needs a weapon that can destroy sentries.
Yeah, if only Demo Man had an explosive weapon in his melee squad.
If you're in a melee range of an enemy, you are 10 out of 10 times better off to just use the flamethrower. The point of the class. It does more damage.
I saw it do less
better range.
damage.
It can air blast, and
I
it
think
will
that's
also
normal.
light them on fire.
No.
This thing is
I saw it do like
completely-
33 damage. I know it does like 56 or something.
Yeah, it only has like a
Only
20%
more.
damage penalty.
What if he just
Use
what
the
if he just nerfed the
flamethrower.
damage and
The
call it
point
buff?
of-
He nerfed the damage.
33?
The point of the class.
Listen. I'm calling it right now. He nerfed the damage and made it do longer afterburn.
If it's the same thing as the tribal men's, I'm going to lose it. I can't believe this.
Maybe he made it so that the afterburn can't be removed.
Oh fucking
Blink
hell!
is
Better range. It can air blast, and it will also light them on fire. This thing is completely useless outside of medieval mode. But what if we really leaned into the damage over time mechanic of afterburn?
No.
It is the sharpened volcano fragment after all. And what does sharp do?
baby.
That's right. They make you bleed. So now instead of just igniting enemies, the volcano fragment will also
bleed
make
is
them
the
bleed,
most
meaning they'll be taking
overpowered
16
debuff in
damage
the
a second
game.
for 6 seconds after you hit them with this, for a total of 129 damage. This may seem overpowered, but let me...
It's so overpowered, dude. This is so broken.
Let me remind you,
Lit on
this
fire
is still
and bleeding?
significantly less damage per second than the normal flamethrower.
Wait, actually,
For a
does this
total
no
of
shit.
Wait.
Why would
129
I'm pissed.
do it
This
this?
may seem overpowered, but
it's
let me
fire
remind
and
you,
bleed.
this is
Oh,
still
never mind, it doesn't
significantly
do
less
that
damage
much.
per
I thought it did
second than
faster.
the normal flamethrower.
I swear to God, he's
Kill a
trolling.
class in less than 2 seconds if the pyro
I'm
is
gonna get a
aimed
t-shirt that
properly.
says, "I
And let me
heart
also
bleed
remind you
damage."
that the original volcano fragment did 100 damage after 6 seconds, and nobody thought that was unfair. So this change really isn't that crazy. It'll definitely send
my
enemies
God.
into a panic,
I
though, seeing their
predicted
health
it
draining
so
that quickly,
hard.
especially a
I
medic
also
or light
predicted it.
class.
I'll have that on the
Buff.
record.
So what?
Speaking
It's
of
okay. Wait. So
I
he
mean,
he said that
technically, it
he
buffed
said that the
it.
volcano
buffed,
fragment was bad because Pyro has a flamethrower. So what he did was he changed it to bleed, and it does a little more damage, but it's
Well,
still not
'cause-
as good as the flamethrower. So it
No,
doesn't
'cause
change
bleed's
anything
OP.
at all.
No, because bleed's like OP.
Yeah, think of the
At the
psychological
very
damage.
least,
Yeah.
I'm pissed.
At the very fucking least, you have damage over time against other pyros.
Oh, this
That's
guy,
still
you know,
awful.
this guy
That
must have
is
had a
really
relative
something.
bleed out in the street in real life. That's the only reason he thinks bleeding
Holy
is so.
fucking bleed, bro. I'm pissed. That one pissed me off. You're trolling. He's trolling.
You know how I always memed on your direct hit change for like the damage resistance piercing?
Yeah.
You should have just made the direct hit do
I should
bleed
have just made
damage.
it bleed. I should make it have no damage bonus, but you bleed for the extra damage, so it's actually better. Because
But
a flinch
it's
is the
slower than
penalty.
it's slower than
Yeah,
stock to bounce it out.
No, it only does 10 damage when you hit direct hit, but it bleeds.
Blue, you have to make a video that's like, what if every weapon made you bleed?
That would be
like, that's
so
a realism mod,
funny. That
yeah.
would be so
Every
funny.
single-
Every single damage is 1 damage, but it makes you bleed forever.
It's
That'd be
just a
amazing.
damage over time.
Well, it is
Medic
bad.
becomes the most overpowered class.
Bleed resistance.
So
Oh
we need
my
to buff
God.
the vaccinator.
Dude, I just can't
God.
believe that like he's like, oh, I'm gonna make these changes, but it doesn't
Yeah.
change.
No, none of these
fucking
actually fix
purpose
the
of the
problem
item.
that he lists. He even says what the problem is and then doesn't fix it. He just
And he's
does
like, so
something
I'm
that
gonna make it bleed.
I
and
mean,
it
he
doesn't
either
change.
fixes the problem,
the
he either
fucking
doesn't fix the
problem.
problem or just nerfs it into the ground. So, one way or another.
Couple new toys. Let's
amazed.
start by talking about the Quick Fix, which in my opinion is the
Oh,
most
what?
underrated weapon in this entire
Overpowered.
game.
Makes
I
you
love
immune
this
to bleed
thing.
damage.
It's basically the only
didn't even
minigun
remove
I
air
use.
blast.
It's fun as hell, good as hell,
L.
and it's gonna remain unchanged. I want to make
Okay.
a
Why mention it?
Why
Why
you
fucking bring
mention
it
it,
up then?
They should make you bleed
They should make
heal.
the quick
mean,
fix
I guess
bleed
he's-
if you heal enemies.
if you don't
I
heal.
guess he's just preempting weapons he thinks people will ask about, which is just I don't understand. At
He
that point,
skipped
just
the
list
classic
everything.
though. He's not mentioned the
Yeah.
gas passer either.
He hard nerfed the classic. All
Did
it
he
got
really?
was
Good.
Yeah, true. That's
Yeah,
what's overpowered.
finally. Yeah, you know,
finally.
I think Demo Man with the caber should be the only thing that's able to deal with buildings. The classic was just too good at it.
Does everyone
Yeah,
with the
you
cameras
know
be
what,
the only
you're
thing to one shot in the game?
Oh, I
But
think
only
it's
buildings.
classic.
Only buildings.
All of the sniper rifles got like base changes, so like less ammo, and they all fire like Machina tracers. And the classic got no buffs.
Okay, yeah. So I watched up to there, and I'm like, that's kind of based. And then I got to the danger shield, and I had to stop watching because I'm like, oh, never
I
mind.
don't mind like the base changes to the rifles, but like you got to do something for the classic because it's already garbage, even with all the benefits that sniper has.
Yeah, true.
I swear to God, dude, has to be a bait video. The fact that the first like 5 minutes is not even that bad. It baits you in, and like you expect the changes to be decent, and then it slowly goes off the rails, and then all of the changes are nonsense past 10 minutes.
No, I genuinely don't think that he's trolling. Like, that's the thing. And I'm really disappointed.
Again, we've seen worse on r/TF2.
True.
I guess so.
Oh, we should make another presenting video, but it's just these balance.
It's these changes. No, that's toxic.
Zenith, we can't because all of the changes are just going to be bleed.
It makes you bleed, but that'll be awesome. Bleed's overpowered.
Oh my god. Anyway, let's keep going.
Whole video on this thing sometimes because I don't think anybody truly appreciates what it does.
Wait, is that the only? I think he just mentioned this to plug that he might make a video.
No, okay. Like,
all right, now for the real changes. The Vaccinator. We all
Please
know
kill
this
it.
thing is overpowered. The 75% damage resistance
Immune to
that
bleeding.
Ubers provide combined with Overheal essentially increases the medic's patient's health by 600%. To put that in perspective, an overhealed
I really
heavy
hope
with
it's
the
immunity to bleed.
Vaccinator
That would be
Uber
so
has a
funny. I
functional
might actually die.
1800 health against whatever damage type the
I'm gonna
medic
lose
chooses. That's basically just an Uber charge, except you get 4 of them and they charge twice as fast. If the medic's patient is somehow fighting a soldier, pyro, and scout all at the
Also, they
same
charge
time,
while you're
then
using your
the
Uber,
damage resistance
and you can cap while charged.
and you can arrow while charged.
Most of the time, it's pretty easy for the medic to see what resistance is needed at any given moment and switch to it. You basically win any possible 2v1 with the click of a button. This whole item needs a serious makeover. I'm completely getting rid of the damage type resistances and replacing it with a single invulnerability Uber charge that lasts a little less than 1 second. Enough time to absorb a rocket, meat shot, headshot, or sticky trap if timed
Oh, so it's
well.
useless. Okay.
The Uber
Wait.
Uber
Wow, it's
charges
garbage.
5%
No,
faster
look how
to
fast it
balance this
charges.
out, taking about
Yeah, but
8
that's a
seconds
second.
to fully charge instead of the normal 40.
Yeah, but you could
I
spam
want
it.
this
Like,
Uber to
oh,
be
never mind.
expensive.
Never
No,
mind.
you cannot.
Wait. So you get? I think you get 5. I'm pretty sure you get 5 or 4 charges like normal.
No, because
Instead of
there was
like a
only
No,
one.
because you can't.
There's
only 1
stack
meter there.
them.
And as for the healing itself, I leaned into the vaccination
Nope, there was only
theme
one-
of the weapon
there was
by
only
giving
1
it
meter.
an 80%.
Yeah, you can only have one charge at a time.
That might
It
just be his HUD.
So it's just useless. Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah,
It's
worthless.
either completely broken if you get 4 charges because you get half Uber uptime, or completely
Nope, you
useless
get
if
one.
not.
No, you only get one charge.
It's just
Okay.
a
It's
literally
Halloween
a flash
spell
of
that gives
Uber.
you Uber.
Yeah.
It doesn't even give you the health though, or heal teammates. That's why the Halloween spell is so good.
Yeah, no, that's awful.
Free cards.
So it's good.
Like, I hate
As
the
for
vaccinator,
healing
but that's
itself,
awful.
I leaned into the vaccination theme of the weapon by giving it an 80% reduced overheal that never depletes.
Oh
For
my!
reference,
Stop!
this was-
Stop while you're
What's the
ahead. Stop
point?
nerfing it.
What's the point then? If it doesn't matter if it depletes or not. If it's 80% slower, it's not worth doing.
Or 80,
Yeah,
not 80% slower, 80% less. That 30 health he's giving the heavy.
healing.
Oh, that's
it.
30. Oh my lord, dude.
That's
oh my
so-
god.
But you
So he
get
gets a
to
permanent
Uber
health
for
boost?
literally 1 second. You get to Uber for 1 second though. Think about that.
That is
Wait, you
awful.
can give your
That's
team
true.
permanent health buffs?
No, it's
Will give an
For
overhealed
maximum
soldier a
30
permanent
health?
220 health.
Still, that's
until he
not
takes
for heavy,
damage,
too.
of
Like a
course,
bad
in which case he'll
fucking-
need to be
Oh boy, an
overhealed.
extra
No, it's
30
just
health on
overheal.
heavy.
It's just
You're
overheal that doesn't
vaccinating your
deplete, he
teammates
said.
for the upcoming battle.
Yeah, so it's just
and
like a
having the
health
survivors run back to you to get their
It's like
booster
using the
shots once
chocolate bar.
the overheal has been taken away by the enemies.
Yeah, but worse because at
I
least
think
the
this will
chocolate
be
bar gives
more
you
fun,
50,
more unique.
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah,
hardly
okay.
noticeable as is.
Yeah, but it's
You
not
know
a
what this
consumable, and you
is?
can just do it again.
This is Symmetra's shield generator. Is a meta.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they removed it because it's
Yeah, because apparently fighting people with more health permanently just wasn't fun, apparently. Wow.
And most
I
importantly,
mean, this
a
is
lot
genuinely
less
like one of the
powerful.
worst. Like this
Nerf.
would be easily the worst
And now
medigun
for
in
the
the game.
syringe guns, or as
Yeah,
I
well,
Which-
I'm okay with that, actually. Fuck
I was
the
going to say
vaccinator.
counter argument. Deleting the vaccinator would be a positive, so making it basically unusable is fine with me. I
Yeah,
don't
I'm
care.
okay with that,
That is
actually.
that is agreeable, but it's like
Yeah, at
he's
least do
almost
something with
there.
it.
He is almost fucking there with realizing that, hey, if the Ubers are going to be like, you know, this little disposable thing that you get over and over and over again, maybe we should make them actually disposable. But then he went and made it so that it's completely just like unbalanced in terms of how fast you get them and how fast you throw them away. You are spending so fucking
Yeah,
long,
this would
comparatively
be-
speaking, for like a fraction of a second.
This
of
would be
Uber
really
charge.
bad. I think you should make this so you're immune to bleed damage to make it better.
Heavy
yeah, if they
reacts to
added a
new
bleed
TF2 items.
resistance. If they got rid of the bullet resistance and added a bleed resistance, I think that would fix
That would make it
actually.
fair, because bleed's
Yeah.
really OP right now.
Okay,
Because
Okay.
the enforcer would rule this meta. so-
Okay, you know what? If he's going with this whole theme of, okay, when you overheal people, they keep the overheal doesn't decay. When
That's
you
still
Uber
not a fun
someone,
design, though.
but at least when you Uber someone, then it like goes up to the normal overheal rate. So that way, Ubering someone actually like matters. I don't know.
Permanent
Something. It
overheal
only
isn't
lasts a
fun though, because just fighting. It's just like MGE. It's just like you're permanently fighting someone with extra health, and MGE is not fun because of that. So,
but at the very least, like, I don't know.
It's a cool
like,
concept. I can't imagine it being fun to play against if you implemented it in any way.
I mean, medic in general is just not fun to play against because you never want to fight a 2v1 while someone's being healed.
All right, let's keep going.
The game, you're not supposed to be taking 2v1s usually.
We're almost there. We're almost
there.
But
at that point, you may as well just not kill medics.
The cringe guns. They're all getting changed, starting with the stock syringe.
Please don't Uber on hit.
I really wanted to avoid changing stock weapons, but this one
bleed
is
on
just
hit.
so incredibly terrible that it pretty much forced my hand here. I think a plus 10% faster firing speed and plus 20% faster deploy time will give it that little extra kick it needs to be a defensive tool for anyone popping up in your face.
Okay,
buffed.
That's reasonable.
That's
oh my
not
God.
bad. It's not.
It should have done bleed damage. Damn it!
I was gonna say it's not like great. I think the biggest issue with the syringe gun is the slow projectile speed, making it so you can only really hit enemies if they're chasing you. But
not to mention the ridiculous spread on the needles.
Yeah, I'll take this. I'll take this. It's not.
I'm fine with that.
It's not reducing the ammo to 1 and making it do 1 damage and bleed. I will take it.
I'm fine
For
with that.
evasive tools, we've got the new overdose. The old overdose used to increase your move speed while equipped based on your uber charge percentage, which is kind of cool but mostly pointless because if you have full uber charge, you're probably going to be keeping your medigun out in case you need to pop it, making the overdose's speed boost completely null.
Like,
is it just a straight up speed boost without having to do
if
anything?
it is a passive speed boost, that is fucking insane. You should not do that.
I really
just get away for free.
I really hope they just copied the Darwin's danger shield strats and gave him to medic.
That would be fucking hilarious.
That would be so funny.
That
would be so funny. I have stopped caring about any of these changes being actually good. I just want to see madness at this point.
I won't lie. I'd probably still only use the crossbow.
15% speed boost and 20% jump height bonus.
Okay, what if there was a needle gun?
Fits with the name because it's like the medic.
Okay, so hold on. Sorry, what did he say?
I think he also gave it a jump boost.
15% speed boost and 20% jump height bonus while equipped, which kind
while
of fits
equipped?
with the name. Because
While equipped.
Wow.
No other
or
bonus.
active.
Wow.
Did he mean while active? Because if it's while equipped, that's busted as hell.
Is the downside still just minus 10 damage?
Yeah, you get 1 less damage, but that 1 damage makes the difference. Think of the enforcer.
Think of the enforcer.
It's so overpowered though. Like, actually, what was he thinking?
Really think of how much 1 damage is. Brandy, stop scratching my chair.
Oh, I'm sorry. Grouch, if you watch this video, I'm so sorry.
It's like the medic is taking drugs. The Blutsauger gets a simple change. Killing enemies makes them drop a small health pack in addition to its normal stats. Buffed.
Sure.
Pretty naturally.
That's pretty reasonable.
I like that. That's fun.
I don't think I'd use these over the crossbow.
I was gonna say I don't think it fixes the Blutsauger at all. Like, sure you buff it, but the problem is that it doesn't have team support. Why not do something like the +3 health you get on hit applies to like nearby teammates or something? Not.
That would just encourage you to run around with your needle gun out.
Yeah, it encourages you to fight enemies.
I got an idea. What if
know.
we remove all the ammo in the clip so it only has 1 bullet?
Oh my God.
It fires
7 damage.
It does 1 damage, but it inflicts hepatitis C onto people, and it does 4 damage.
in real life.
In real life,
Yeah,
which is translated in the game to bleed, and it flinches snipers. So
Exactly.
they're completely
and if you have
useless.
Hep C, you get bleed
shoots
automatically.
out a hepatitis C needle from your computer. That's horrifying.
Spawns out of your monitor and hits you in the head.
Like, even with the overdose, you guys were saying it's like busted. I probably would still only use the crossbow.
But think about rolling out though. Think about how fast your rollout
15% permanent speed
your rolls,
boost.
you heal a
jump
scout.
height's so good.
Yeah,
you're talking about fast rollout.
You
You want to be as fast as your team. And
yeah,
if you're, like,
in
killing a scout,
competitive,
then you're
sure.
fine.
In competitive, I'll give you that. In casual, no, because there's not always going to be a scout to roll out with.
All right.
Also, just for getaways in general too. If you get like your pocket dies, you can get away.
Yeah,
I don't know. I just feel like the
extra
general effectiveness, like in general situations,
backstabbed.
I just think like the general effectiveness, like generally, would be the crossbow is just still better overall.
True, but like
in the most common scenarios, I'd rather like heal someone for 70.
I think
plus
that
health
completely passive overdose with jump height and movement speed would give the crossbow some serious competition.
I don't know.
If it was only while
Plus,
active,
plus
At
the
least for
fact
my
that it's
playstyle.
passive, the fact that it's passive and you don't need to hold out the overdose to get those bonuses, I think, is what carries it over the line.
Yeah,
if it was active, you had to like hold it out. Then I'd say that crossbow like is better, but still overdose would be like.
I don't know. Maybe
very
I'm just crossbow reliant, but I
Zenith,
use it
this would
so
be really
much.
good.
Like
You could surf because you get I think
More jump height and speed.
Yeah,
The
how
surf's
higher
insane.
jump height works is it gives you more velocity when leaving the ground, but TF2's velocity is multiplicative, so that means that you'd surf a lot farther if you happen to jump right when you got hit by a rocket.
Medic just sent to space.
I
you
can see
could get away so
it
much
easy for
easier.
like if you're getting bombed, but I just feel like it's one of those preemptive scenarios where like you have to have it equipped already for it to be
I think it's
useful.
just useful for basically anything. Like you're dodging around so you can't get hit by snipers nearly as easily, and you don't get backstabbed by spies nearly as much because they can't keep up with you.
I don't know, it's kind of the argument to me where it's like when a soldier complains about air blast or something, and you say, "Oh, just use the shotgun." It's like, "Oh, well, I should have equipped the shotgun before fighting the pyro." Like,
Yeah,
oh.
but this is universally good. Like at least
It's
with
like
a
you have to
shotgun-
know, you have to think that it's going to happen. You have to like prepare for it before the
Zenith,
fucking
yeah, that's
action
quite-
This is
happens.
the survivability.
Zenith, if you're fighting a
survivability
pyro
one.
in general, you equip a shotgun.
No, but if it's your first encounter with them, it's like that's the thing. It's like you don't
Then
know.
you
And you
die
rocket jump away and
once.
don't shoot easily
Yeah.
irreblastable rockets.
or
at them.
you die once, like the same thing that would happen to a sniper or sentry, and then you know where
No,
it
but
is.
no, but exactly. I feel like to get any use out of the overdose, like that buff, you'd have to
I disagree. I think
at least die once.
No,
or
15% faster movement
'Cause you're-
speed is insane.
that's
That
a
gives
I don't know if
lot.
you're ever gonna. I don't know if
mobility.
you're always gonna think like, oh, what if I can surf a rocket and get out, like, and I'll live. Like, I don't think that's. What
Well,
I mean,
okay.
that's
I
mean, you
it's
should
the
be
Well,
thinking
trade-off.
about
the
if you get
crossbow is
bombed.
much more useful.
Zeno,
It's
I
the
think
trade-off that
you're
you're
missing the
making
point
when you-
though. Surfing the rocket is not the point of the overdose. That's a bonus. The fact that you can get to teammates faster, you have a permanent speed boost just for traversing the map easier. That's the benefit. The
I
fact
don't know,
that you
getting
can
teammates
surf
faster
away
when you have a fucking
anytime
long
you want.
range pew pew healer. Like, it's just I don't know.
Well, that's
It's
that
not gonna
is-
be like all the time better, but overdose will be better for general survivability.
I'd say
on
like
this.
Exactly, that's what I was gonna
situationally
say.
it could be better. I could see like reasons. I just think like I personally wouldn't use it over.
Okay,
the
well,
Like, I think
yeah,
that
that's
crossbow
fine.
is
But
what
like,
you
if I
would
was
pick.
like dying a lot and I was getting chased down and my teammates weren't able to help me, I would like swap off from crossbow into the overdose just to have like more survivability.
No, yeah, I can see that. I can
it's-
see it, like,
it's
being-
a different situation.
I just don't see it being like broken, overpowered.
I think they need to
type
make the
shit.
overdose do triple damage to buildings, but instantly kill you if you pull it out.
Yeah.
True,
you
base.
pull it out so you don't even get to use
Base.
any of the needles.
Okay.
What
Anyway,
if you pulled
let's
out the
keep going with
overdose
the
and turned your
video.
bomb your head into a bomb? And then you
We're
pull it
almost
out.
at the end.
It says the Erasmus bomb head thing.
Yeah.
Let's just be real, this thing is so stupid. You can hit an enemy to preserve 15% of your Uber charge on death, but why would you do that if you could just equip the Uber Saw and get a 25% boost in your Uber immediately? It's encouraging the medic to make risky melee plays, but instead of rewarding
So we
him
should
with
make
extra
it bleed. I
survivability like
swear
the
to
Uber Saw
Jesus if
does,
it's bleed.
it just makes dying
Bleed,
a little
bleed,
bit
bleed,
less
please.
punishing.
To give you the
But
COVID
you're way
vaccine.
less likely to die
Give you
in
autism.
the first place if you just stay back with your medigun instead of running in with the Vitasaw. It's totally counterintuitive, so I'm changing it completely. It gets a
Bleed?
minus 20% firing speed, just like with the Uber Saw, but
Bleed?
instead of gaining Uber on hit, you gain health on kill. A good bit of health too, a whopping 100.
You
And it
made
can
the
overpower
Vitus
too,
light
like
into
the
kunai.
In combination with the
Yes,
Blue Saga,
finally
I
a
think we'll
second
finally
kunai has
have
hit
a
the
truly
towers.
interesting
Oh no, you do get the
battle
speed.
medic
You get the speed passively. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
No, you do.
Okay,
That
that's
is fucking
interesting.
insane.
Yeah,
That would be a
so-
play
I don't
style.
think
On
that
the
would be the
menu.
Vitasaw's only purpose.
You just
Oh
run
my
down
God.
any
Sure,
light
the
class and they
overdose,
just
you could
fucking
run in
die.
quick, nab some overheal
Medic
off a
Knight
You get
is
weakness,
on the
overheal.
menu.
Okay.
Oh
back to the
my
overdose to get the
God.
heck up on out of there. The same maneuver that you might do with the Uber Saw, but for a very different result.
This is just like
buff.
this would just be like Team Fortress Classic Scout with like the needle gun, but like better.
Yeah, those things would be like kind of fun together, but I could see how annoying that would be to fight.
It would be fun, but like medics should not have this amount of like survivability.
Yeah, like medics
and
shouldn't be
just
doing
power.
this. Medics just
Yeah.
shouldn't be doing this.
And
What?
so
You
that's
know what
the medic
pretty much
melee
it. I tried
subclass?
fixing some of TF2's
Oh my
crappy-
god. Imagine attacking a medic, you deal like 120 damage, and then he random crits the spy, and then he has full Uber now. Like, he
Well,
gets
that's
to
just the
save his Uber.
kunai.
Yeah, it's just the kunai for medic. Okay.
But actually, the kunai has to trick down.
Is
medic
the
keeps
reveal
blocking
going to be
people.
that these were all AI generated, I wonder?
items.
Oh
And
my
I know
God,
you
that'd
might
be
thinking,
hilarious.
you know, that's cool and all, but how do you know if these
Yes.
changes are actually balanced?
I can take a pretty damn good guess, I think. How do you know if these changes are balanced? Call it a sixth sense, but I
Well,
think
to
I
be
might
fair,
know.
I think in practice, maybe like we're just theory
Yeah,
oh, shut the fuck up.
So in practice,
And the answer
maybe all
is,
these together work.
I don't.
Maybe they
I
work.
have a
Yeah, maybe
decent
the
bit of game
enforcer
design
really is good, and
experience,
we're
but
just
if
being
I'm
little
honest,
meanies.
I really
Yeah.
need your help with this project. Just by playing on the server, whether or not you use the changed items or not, you'll be helping me to see how these changes affect the actual
Guys,
game.
hop on.
And if you
on.
want to take it a step further, you can join my Discord server and tell me directly if
Have
something feels
enforcer
unfair.
duels.
Or you can share this video around to
Enforcer
some friends
duels,
and help
please.
populate the servers. These changes are not permanent. I expect there to be some problems, so I'll be updating the rules when necessary to try and maximize the fun you guys can have on the server.
I want to see what
truly
changes he's
believe
made.
TF2 is the greatest game ever made. It's at least the greatest game I've ever played. And by continuing to make these balance changes as a community, I think we can get it to a state we've never seen it in before.
That's
That's definitely true.
You will.
That is
I
true.
have never seen
have
anything
never
like
seen
this
it.
before. You're right.
I
Yeah.
do think it's cool how he's open to like changes though. I think it's
Yeah,
cool.
like, okay,
Yeah.
on one hand, yes, I appreciate that he's willing to adapt the changes. On the other hand, this very much felt like a first draft video. Some of these changes should not have made it past the scripting phase.
Mm-hmm.
A new
There should have been
golden
like
age
beta testing for
and
something like that. But
Australium age. If
I understand that he doesn't have as many subscribers. Like he's only got like 17,000.
That
That's not a
doesn't
whole lot for beta
matter,
testing.
though, dude. Like,
No, but
even
he gets
if you've
views.
never tested it before, I can tell
But yeah,
you
like
that,
some of these
changes are
concepts
awful.
just like not.
Like,
They shouldn't have ever gotten off the ground.
like even conceptually, even because okay, it's not even like, oh, he tried to do something cool and it just doesn't work in practice. No, like over half of the rebalances in this video, he explicitly states a problem that's pretty apt and then refuses to solve it and usually just makes it worse. It's
Okay,
like
I genuinely think that as someone who's made a video that's gotten hate before, like I think it's cool he's put himself out there and he made this video.
yeah, but that's
and
given on YouTube, right? Like I appreciate being
I
willing to
respect
do
it a
that. At the
lot.
same time, though, it's like this. You have to accept the fact that this is an L. I can't defend this at all.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah.
90%.
Sometimes you
No, I
just
can't
have L
disagree. It's
takes
just like,
and
I
they're
respect-
really funny.
I respect that he like put it out there and like opened up to criticism and a lot. I think it's.
I
it's
think that
cool.
he should have run this by a few more people before. releasing
Yeah,
it.
I was gonna say I think there's a difference between I appreciate that you put this out there and you should have refined this more before putting it out there. That's my stance.
Oh my God, guys, wait! Keep watching.
Wait.
you
Keep
will.
watching.
Call me a dreamer, but I think it's possible. Maybe we can even make the heavy update sometime. But for now, if you want to try these weapons out, head on over to grouchland.net.
Keep watching.
And hit connect.
Go
And if you're
it's
annoyed
past
that
the
there aren't enough
Patreon segment.
servers,
Just keep
you
watching.
can fix that.
Oh,
Oh,
Max,
and
so
also
you
thanks to
brought the-
FishStickOnAStick and HiGPS
Yeah!
for their contributions to TF2's ongoing balance.
Fish, this is
discussion.
your fault.
And if you
Dude,
ever-
Fish, what the hell? What the hell,
Why
man?
were these your
Is this how
ideas? dude?
Oppenheimer feels?
You were a part of this?
Fish is Oppenheimer now.
What? I didn't know.
done? My bad weapon academy created the bad weapons.
Oh god. Oh god. No. It was me.
Anyway, yeah, inevitably, I'm sure Grouch will see this. I want to be very clear also to the people watching. This is not meant to be toxic. This is 100% a criticism of this video and not the person who made it. Grouch,
I don't want to be mean.
because you guys have talked to him, right? Like, you guys said that he's a pretty good guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I've roasted everyone in this call's weapon takes before. Everyone in this call has roasted my weapon takes before.
and to
We
be
love
fair,
roasting people's weapon takes.
we
Hey,
do this
what
to each
weapon
other
mine have
pretty
you
frequently
roasted,
as
you
well.
fuck?
Honestly, Fish, you're pretty
Sometimes more
based,
racist
actually.
than
I don't think
others.
I've roasted you.
Yes. Fucking base.
I will forever stand by the fact that the direct hit shouldn't be able to one-shot Scout. I think that's bullshit, but it's okay. Anyway, as this is an experimental sort of thing, if you want to see more of this, I'm sure the goobers in this call would be down to find more very interesting rebalance videos and such.
Fuck yeah.
So
The liberals took my enforcer away.
no, they gave it back better than they left
Tenfold.
It
Yeah,
bleeds
they improved
now.
it by tenfold, little bro.
It's the fucking
Because-
Californian enforcer.
It does the same thing, but over the course of 8 seconds now.